And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
Gary Hebert, the man, the myth, the legend. I was amazed, and I was looking to become a better skater myself, and I wanted to be like Gary.
When you look at a guy like this, he's one of the most talented people in his profession. He's been given gifts by God.
It can get frustrating at times when you're trying things that, that maybe don't come as quickly to you as other things. And, you never really felt that sense of frustration with Gary. It was always about improvement and positive reinforcement.
Was it really the end? Was that head injury really the end? God has called Gary to continue to be a blessing to others and to be a passionate example.
My name is Gary Hebert, and this is the World Academy of Hockey, otherwise known as the Inside Edge.
I would recommend anybody that have a chance to come to his hockey school. I think it'd be well worth it. It'd be rewarding to all the kids and anyone he coaches, from whether it's an adult, a professional player, to a little kid like a Mike or a Squirt.
Gary, from day one, has been instrumental to my hockey career. I started out as a potential Division III player, and Gary brought me single-handedly through high school and into a top Division I prospect. I owe it all to Gary, the biggest legend on and off ice there's ever been.
Listen, watch, learn, be confident, and have faith. Those are the answers I was brought to. Yet, I only now am really learning how truly important those 5 things are.
Through preparation, through appropriate thoughtfulness and thinking, we can learn to untie the typical knots between our ears that drive us into underachievement and underperformance. And lo and behold, we can learn, I think, to fulfill our God-given potential.
Gary has the innate ability to make people not only better players, but better people. The life lessons they learn from Gary are incredible.
I can always remember leaving that rink knowing as a player I got better, or I had something to improve on to get better. And I think that's what you excelled on as a coach, is giving us the knowledge to know what we needed to do to get better.
There's coaches who know the game, but can you communicate and create passion in your kids and in your players? And Gary's able to do that.
Gary's got great knowledge and the great hands, but more importantly, his ability to connect with people and care for them. His communication skills, to me, really stand out, separate him, and that's why he's one of the best, in the world.
Gary's a legend. He's a special, special man.
The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
With WrestleMania weekend just days away, it feels like the stars of NXT have one last roadblock to hit before Stand and Deliver. Welcome to our coverage of NXT's TV special Roadblock here across the Jeff Meacham Network, Multiverse of Media. The voice you're hearing is of the founder, but joining us now on screen, our commentary team par excellence, the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams, and our play-by-play man, Noah Foster.
Hi, everybody.
Hey! What's up?
What is going on, good sir? I would ask you normally if you're ready for tonight, and it seems like only a year ago you'd be very trepidatious and hesitant, be like, if I must, I must. But here we are almost a year later, and while it still may not be your NXT, the black and gold NXT, despite the color scheme for tonight's event, you seem to get a lot more energetic about the offerings that my NXT has to offer. We have an asylum match tonight. We've got 2 tag team title matches, both the NXT tag team titles and the WWE women's tag team titles will be on the line. We've got number 1 contendership in the balance as Tony D'Angelo goes toe-to-toe with him, Carmelo Hayes, with the winner getting a shot at Ilya Dragunov, come stand and deliver. Lots of stuff on the table here for what on the surface to some people may seem like a throwaway episode of NXT, but lots of repercussions coming here. You know, we know that come next week, Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler have a women's tag title shot. Will it still be against the Kabuki Warriors? Or can Lyra Valkyria and Tatum Paxley do the unthinkable? Can Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker stay the course and stay a united front? Or will Chase U topple the tag title duo?
It's some interesting thoughts at the end of the day. You know, in the past, I have taken detours beyond this roadblock to move forward towards the grander stage of WrestleMania. But arguably this year, the NXT really has turned around for me, where this roadblock might be one of those you want to pass through to see what happens and how bumpy the ride is, but how smooth it might be following. So yeah, it definitely has been a different transition for me in this NXT over the past year. But I'm certainly intrigued. There's definitely a number of things I am wondering about, particularly who's going to face Ilya Dragunov and how far does this Tatum Paxley obsession, friendship, quote unquote, reliable partnership goes before she looks to literally tear the feathers off Lyra's wings and maybe take her richest prize, which I do think is what remains to be seen. But yeah, seeing the Kabuki Warriors, 2 former NXT Women's Champions, back inside NXT is also rather interesting. Not to mention the return of one chairman, used to be a perfect 10, now a whole different face, as those vignettes have shown us. Shawn Spears made his return with quite a shot to the back of Ridge Holland. And with Braun Breaker officially being signed to SmackDown, it does make me wonder how you keep balancing this act before you literally drop the NXT Tag Team Championships versus vacate them, Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker to lead them in your NXT. There are a couple of things that intrigue me, and Dijak and Joe Gacy, that's just a headache case not even Dr. Shelby can solve. We haven't seen an Asylum match since Dean Ambrose and Chris Jericho. I think this is the second ever Asylum match, if I'm being perfectly honest, in WWE history, after the whole fallout with talk shows and a bunch of other crazy nonsense and a potted plant. The fact that this guy literally somehow found his way out of an insane asylum while straitjacket goes to show me how dangerous, unhinged, and uncapturable Joe Gacy may be. So I think that your NXT tonight might go to certain extremes, and I sense destruction along this roadblock, but I do think we are going to get a clearer picture towards Stand Delivered. And Tony D'Angelo has only faced Carmelo Hayes one other time concerning gold. It was for the NXT North American title. This is the biggest chance in Tony D'Angelo's career, looking to add more gold and more stock into the family, if you know what I mean. So I'm certainly intrigued much more by this year's roadblock than I was last year.
Yeah, I think it's interesting the way you point out Joe Gacy, and you use the term unhinged, but you also mentioned the last time there was an Asylum match was Dean Ambrose. You know, you could almost say that Joe Gacy has kind of been picking up that moniker of a lunatic fringe with the way that he has been ever since the dissolving of the Schism tree.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I may be so bold going into this, I have a feeling that Joe Gacy's going to get the victory here. because Dijak picked up the win in their first encounter.
Right.
So I feel like we need Joe Gacy to get a victory to get us to our rubber match. I feel like that just is common storytelling here.
I agree with that to an extent.
There's no way the Kabuki Warriors are going to lose the titles. If we're being honest. To your point, though, where does Tatum Paxley lie in her obsession? Is this the match that sets up Lyra versus Tatum for Stand and Deliver?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we've got some fallout right there. As far as the men's tag team titles, I know that you are not enrolling for the spring semester in Chase University.
No.
But I could see Chase U picking up the victory here to thereby lead to Stand and Deliver Braun versus Corbin, and then have that be Braun's final match on the NXT roster. I feel like NXT deserves to have him at their biggest show of the year. He has arguably been the face of the company the better part of these last 2 years. Let him have a match against somebody the level of a Corbin, a good hand if you were, you know. But let Braun have a match with Corbin at Stand and Deliver WrestleMania weekend, and then come the following week, he's just a full-time SmackDown superstar. That way you only have to play the balancing act for another month or so.
Yeah, and I sense that's where it's going. I go back to my NXT, and it was usually NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, the grandest stage of the Black and Gold, where some people had their swan song before they went to other parts. People including, not limited to, Bailey, and of course the former Ember Moon, now Athena. So I could definitely see that, because why, again, this unique duo of Braunberg and Baron Corbin had paid dividends. You're still looking at two combustible elements and massive egos at the forefront. I think as far as the gold goes, that's the priority tonight. I think they will win, but I do think it wouldn't surprise me if it do what seems to be the standard at the grander stage of your NXT for these tag titles, multi-team bout, where the titles will change hands. But here's the thing that I'm most curious about, though, looking at this. Chase U, for whatever it's worth, you finally got some funding where you guys actually can be teaching. But I think here Duke Hudson might second guess himself going forward if he doesn't get a teachable moment in coming out with an achievement. You only can repeat the same class in the same year for so long. So I'm just curious right now where Chase U will stand for you particularly, and for anybody else that chooses to enroll in it after this match. Again, it's technically their rematch. Let's keep in mind, they won the titles off the family. They lost the titles to the family in extremely quick fashion. Then the family lost the titles, of course, to these guys. So, again, it just feels like one of those full circle moments, but I don't know if history necessarily lightning hits the same awkward place twice where Chase U gets the achievement versus the thanks you tried participation award, which is what I think they're going to get tonight.
And you talk about the family, you know, again, Tony D'Angelo going after him with the winner getting the shot at Ilya Dragunov.
Yes.
And while on the surface, it looks like it should be an easy victory for Carmelo Hayes. You've got to figure, is Trick Williams going to make his return, cost him the match, so that we can get the match that everybody really wants at Stand and Deliver, Melo versus Trick, thereby by proxy giving Tony D something that I don't think any of us thought we'd see 2 years ago.
Nope.
A legitimate opportunity at a talent the caliber of Ilya Dragunov for the title. You got to keep in mind, this is the same guy that made Santos Escobar and the Legado del Fantasma fall into the D'Angelo family.
That's right.
This is the same guy who, along with his buddy Channing Stacks Lorenzo, had a death grip on the tag titles for the better part of the last year.
That's right.
Tony D has improved by leaps and bounds since I made this my NXT. back in the Rainbow Bright 2.0 era.
Mm-hmm.
When I first looked at him and was like, what is this little Guido wannabe doing on my screen? Where's my pizza, you FBI wannabe? And now he's a legitimate threat, not just with Stax and Rizzo by his side, but as a legitimate, serious competitor and challenger for the richest prize in my NXT.
And again, he's also, like Carmelo Hayes, one of the longest tenured athletes in this era of NXT. Carmelo Hayes came in during the breakout tourney of the network and of the Black and Gold. Why the Don, Tony D'Angelo, has only been defined in your era of NXT since the Rainbow era unfolded. So the Don right now looking to take care of business and pick up things for the family. It could be his greatest opportunity this year to stand and deliver. And at the end of the day, your past comes back to haunt you. And I think right now what Ilya say is going to reign true. Not only is Tony going to whoop that Mello, but I'm pretty sure somebody coming very soon, if not tonight, is going to whoop that Trick against him. Because I don't think Trick has forgotten. I really think tonight we're going to get a lot of stuff to stand and deliver. Because again, this is the last roadblock for everybody in your NXT to clear their way towards the grandest stage in your brand's history built out. On the freaking sunrise of WrestleMania 40. Stand and deliver in Philly. And I really think Tony D'Angelo deserves that moment against Eli. It will also be a first-time ever one-on-one match after the series of incredible matches we already saw with Melo and Ela. I think Melo has already ran his course for a chance at Ela, let alone that title. I think it's Tony's time to really show us if he wants to go to war, okay, then Ela will take on the war. Because I think Carmelo has a different war ahead for him at Stand Deliver.
Absolutely. And not only will we be covering it here now for you across the multiverse of media with our play-by-play commentary and our live reactions, not only will I be discussing it tomorrow on For the Love of Wrestling, 9 a.m., noon Pacific, but we've also got, for the first time, Datila and the Rangers of Wrestling going to have to review this later on tonight. She said after the West Coast airing. So look for it around 10:30 Pacific, 1:30 a.m. Eastern Time, as Datila has to cover Roadblock.
And that being said, JJ, the roadblock has officially been put in place, and we are kicking things off in an extreme way. So welcome, everybody, once again, to the JMN Multiverse of Media live watch event schedule. Hashtag We Gonna Die, as we present to you tonight, NXT Roadblock. We will see who clears through the debris, finds a detour, make their way forward towards Stand and Deliver. And hello, everybody, and welcome once again, for I am the Sylvan Noah Foster with the Renegade Wrestling, JJ Williams. Again, JJ, this is the stage of your brand, and this is the last chance for everybody here to clear their way and punch their ticket towards Stand Delivered. Are you ready to go tonight?
I'm definitely ready to go. And if this is the Asylum match we're starting off with, which is looks like it is, Dijak getting ready to make his way to the ring.
Uh-oh.
I'm loving the setup of the cage with all the weapons. I've never seen an Asylum match before, but how fitting that these two men in their road to Stand and Deliver in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the home of the birthplace of Extreme, is this style of match. Almost makes you think, would it have been better to have had a different match and save this for the rubber match in Philadelphia, especially now that we know that the first Hall of Fame inductee is going to be none other than the mad scientist of Extreme, Paul Heyman himself.
And congratulations to the wise man, to the advocate, to the literal pioneer of Extreme. ECW will be inducted, rightfully so, in Philly. The first inductee, Paul Heyman. Congratulations on making your way as part of the class of WWE Hall of Fame 2024. And shout out to everybody out there in the chat. Please subscribe, comment, tell a friend. Hope you enjoy the conversation and engagement. To your point, JJ, I mean, again, How much more to an extreme can these two men take it? We already saw what happened with them at Vengeance Day and no disqualification. I thought it was it right there, but since then, Joe Gacy has turned Dijak's world upside down, including costing him a chance at the NXT Championship. And we thought that Dijak put him away with his own form of justice with the use of a straitjacket, and somehow that still wasn't enough, as this madman makes his way inside where he might be most comfortable in this asylum match.
I love Gacy. There's something about the way he's altered his presentation since the destruction of the Schism Tree that has captivated me on another level.
He's gone insane
I
in the
don't
membrane.
know what it is, but there is just something about his presentation that makes me want him to win.
Well, again, he's been trying to find his own way, to your point, since the Schism Tree died a slow and painful death at its roots, while Ava Raine has chosen a different path and now leads your NXT, and the GYV are redefining once again what it means to be soon recognized as the greatest in tag team wrestling, as we have our first match for NXT Roadblock tonight, the Asylum match. Dida versus Joe Gacy. And it's one of those feuds, well, okay, we already got the plunder out here. It's one of those feuds where I've seen in your NXT, a lot of grudges tend to end inside a steel cage. Let's not forget what happened with Gigi Dolan and Jesse Jane, for example. But some
that match was
still
so
probably
epic.
won't be over with these two tonight.
That's a fair assessment. That match between those two women was so epic. Go back and find it if you guys did not see that. And that was just on an episode of the weekly television. That wasn't even on a pay-per-view or a PLE.
Neither was Von Wagner and Kyle O'Reilly, just to name a couple.
Death Valley
inside a cage,
Driver.
the cover of the Death Valley Driver in a 2 count. And again, Dijak's been one of those that's all about, I can break any man. No man can break me. He delivers his own form of justice. He's hung with all the greats. He's challenged practically everybody. Eddie Thorpe and Ilya Dragunov most recently. But Joe Gacy's been testing Dijak a different way, to the point I'm not sure Dijak has an answer for him.
Yeah, while most of Dijak's opponents test him on a physical level, Joe Gacy's been testing him on a mental level.
Yeah, mental
There's
warfare.
only so much that people can take before they snap.
Yeah, and I feel like Joe Gacy snapped a long time ago. A schoolboy by Joe Gacy in a 2 count. For those that don't know, the Asylum match, whoa, caught the kick. Big right can only end inside the cage via pinfall or submission. There is no escape. And there's no limits to what these two men can do inside this structure where the plunder looms and hangs around. We got a door. What the hell is a door doing here? We got a straitjacket. We got a trash can. And what is in that box? Please tell me it's not a live snake.
That would be awesome.
Oh, man. That wasn't awesome.
Got fire extinguisher. We've got trash cans.
I feel like this could be a weird, parody of the Montgomery Flea Market commercial led by Joe Gacy. We're going to finally find out what's in this box of mystery that says do not open.
Which, of course, that gives everybody carte blanche to open it.
Well, of course. I mean, reverse psychology. Oh, what the hell? He said not to open the box, and Dijak just got clubbed in the uprights. That was a booby trap. A big booby trap by Joe Gacy. Death by Driver, the cover by Gacy. You got to kid me.
No.
Almost won it there.
Again. The 1-2 punch of the booby trap and then the fire extinguisher was almost enough for Joe Gacy as we go to restaurant quality picture-in-picture.
Yeah, well, what else does Joe Gacy have up his proverbial sleeves tonight in this world of tricks and mischief? I didn't see that coming, and neither did Dijak, clearly. Shot right below the belt. And again, how far does a man go insane? Looking for the upside down. Dijak able to counter, going off the ropes. Cyclone boots. Here's the cover by Dijak and gets a near fall. Again, how far does a man go insane to the point that there is a point of no return? I think that's the story of Joe Gacy.
Yeah, no doubt there.
We've seen this man on commentary. We've seen this man in dumpsters. We've seen this man backstage and no ensemble. Again, there's no rhyme or reason right now with Joe Gacy in NXT. And Dijak looking to send Joe Gacy straight to hell. Maybe a choke slam coming. Hoist him up. Whoa! Counter. DDT by Gacy and the cover, hook on the far leg and a near fall. That was a big counter there on that 6'8" Croatian right there, dropping him on his head. DDT counter to the choke slam.
I think a lot of people underestimate Joe Gacy. They just look at him and they see this crazy, deranged individual. They don't realize how dangerous and talented he is as an in-ring performer.
Yeah, he certainly has a unique mind, an enigma to say the least in your NXT.
You know, it's almost akin to Eugene. Like, people just looked at Eugene and they saw this special ed individual. They didn't realize the wrestling savant that he was once that bell rang, or a Festus. You know, as soon as the bell rang, he would just go crazy until the bell rang again. Gacy is very similar in that aspect, where people just look at him and they think one thing, but you get him in that ring, man, and he's just got skill upon talent upon skill.
Yeah, it's one of those things where also you scout the same opponent how many times after you face them, and somehow they still keep outmatching you because you don't know necessarily what they have planned for you. And this Asylum match has definitely been the X factor, playing in favor of Joe Gacy for the most part, as he purchased Dijak on the top rope, clubbing shots to the small of the back, and again. And right now it just looks like Joe Gacy just wants to continue bringing more punishment forward towards Dijak, maybe his own form of justice in a hardcore way. And Dijak right now, the worst for wear, being raked across the cage, much to the maniacal smile of Joe Gacy, who's probably having the time of his life. Oof, and again,
he's probably never felt this way before.
I don't even want to know if his therapist even thought about that. I don't even know if this man has seen any psychological therapy. Again, I thought Dijak sent this man to a mental asylum when he literally put him in a straitjacket. And whoa, what a counter as Gacy flies off through the trash can. Dijak able to hold on and deny the attempted superplex. Nasty landing.
But can Dijak capitalize here? You don't want to give a guy like Gacy enough time to get his breath as we come back to full picture here.
Again, as we just saw during WrestleMania picture-in-picture, and to your point, this is our opening contest, NXT Roadblock Asylum match, second ever in WWE, as Dijak takes on Joe Gacy. What the hell is Dijak doing? Perched on the top of the cage. You have got to be kidding me. This could be disastrous. Go for broke top moonsault crash on Gacy. Mamma mia!
Holy crap. Goes for the pinfall.
The front leg, no!
Wow.
How the hell did Gacy kick out of that? Look
at it again. Jesus, what a moonsault from Dijak.
Holy. Good Lord. And watch the way that left knee lands straight inside Gacy's sternum. That should not have been out of any normal person. But again, Gacy's mindset right now is beyond normal. Oh.
And it looks like Dijak's got the straitjacket again.
Again, what a night ahead for us here on Roadblock, our opening contest, still to be determined. The challenger for the Dragunov that stands delivered between Carmelo Hayes and Tony D'Angelo. I imagine that's our main event, as well as the W Women's Tag Team chance to be on the line. It's the Kabuki Warriors defending against Lyra Valkyrie and Tatum Paxley. And right now, Dijak might be looking to once again literally trap Joe Gacy inside that straitjacket. Again, how much further can these two push each other, not only physically, but mentally, to your point? We saw what happened in no disqualification at Vengeance Day. And even prior to that, they were brawling around the entire NXT arena. After Vengeance Day, when Dijak won, Gacy still is not done with him. He cost Dijak the NXT championship against Ilya Dragunov at one point, and they still were brawling with each other. Then Dijak came back after Joe Gacy lost Carmelo Hayes, trapped the man in a straitjacket, and some other man came back and still attacked Dijak. And right now, Dijak just got suplexed by a partially wrapped in a straitjacket Joe Gacy as he was looking to set up a door in the corner. And clearly that straitjacket is not fully strapped up, JJ.
It looks like Joe Gacy's going for this table here up against the... Looks like one.
Yeah, Joe Gacy coming out with more plunder of his own design. And looks like he has a specially designed table in mind
Yep,
Poor
with his
Dijak.
little logo on it.
Well, that's a Joe Gacy-esque table if I've ever seen one. At least it's not on fire. These two individuals. Oh, man, what a shot to the back with that chair. And Dijak right now trying to finish restraining Joe Gacy in the straitjacket. Joe Gacy's still trying to resist.
The problem is I think Joe Gacy likes it too much.
Oh, well, he may not like this. Stop to the foot, attempted choke slam through the table, prevented that, but Dijak still coming back on the attack. And right now, literally, Gacy cannot use his hands. He's using his legs right now to preserve himself.
I swear to God, dude, if he goes for like the Orange Cassidy kicks while restrained, I'm gonna pop.
I swear, I'm gonna do something on air that's gonna be.
Well, but think about it. If his arms are restrained, like what more can he do?
That's fair.
It would legit be like him with his hands in his pockets.
At least Gacy, I guess, would have an excuse. Again, how tough is a man that has no hands? Big headbutt though, and Dijak falls off the corner through the table.
Senton.
With Senton, what cover? Two? Are you kidding? Whoa!
No. Dude, if that had been it right there, look at it again here, Noah.
Yeah, he let it go backwards through that table, and Gacy somehow flying off. To your point,
he's ripped through the straitjacket.
Oh boy. Gacy unhinged right now and unstrapped. Dijak runs through him with a clothesline.
Choo-choo.
That train went off the rails. Well, this whole match been off the rails. Who am I kidding?
I mean, it's an asylum match. Did you expect it to be on the rails?
Of course not. You're kidding me?
Still got that door ominously set up in the corner there. Curious what's going to happen there.
How about we talk about the fact that Dijak has duct tape and is looking to blind Joe Gacy like he attempted to blind the man at Vengeance Day. Turnabout's fair play.
Duct tape does fix everything.
Nah, I don't think it fixes a man's mind. I'm just saying. But again.
No.
What lengths is Dijak willing to go here as he grabs a candlestick? Really? Oh, man. That Singapore cane just splintering. The sad thing is, to your point, JJ, there are some people that literally live off this type of torture. Oh, there's a mute kick. Well, that's one way to stop Dijak. Looking to hook him up. Bam!
Nice Uranagi.
Slam. And Uranagi, to your point, the cover. Whoa. That was a force. I would choke some on that Uranagi. Good grief.
Oof.
And somehow.
Gacy going to town with that kendo stick.
Oh! And sent through the door in the corner by Dijak. Now Dijak with the cover, hook of a leg. It's not over.
Dijak's beside himself. He cannot believe that Joe Gacy still has an ounce of fight left in him.
What do you do to put down a madman? That is Dijak's question that he has to answer.
I have an answer for it, but I don't think I want to give that out on the air here.
Face your eyes! What the hell? Back to his feet again. Dijak with Gacy up on the shoulders. Face your eyes again. Once he saw, now he's blind. Covered by Dijak. Dijak wins in the asylum. Finally.
Wow. Surprising finish there. I thought for sure Gacy was going to get that one and bring their series up to 1 apiece. But Dijak managed to find a way to withstand the mind games of the psychotic Joe Gacy.
But JJ, the mind games continue to escalate, it seems. I still feel like Gacy's the winner in the end because you know Gacy's got no stay down for this. But take a look at the replay, though. I thought Gacy was done with ridiculous moonsault by Dijak. How the hell I kicked out of that, I'll never know. There's one of those things where pain drives a man insane and to the point of no return. But I hope that this is the point now where both these men are done with each other. But I fear it isn't. To your point, it's 2-0 in favor of Dijak. But Gacy still seems to love bringing Dijak into his world of madness.
Well, it's always good to have a dance partner that's as crazy as you are. And it looks like that's what Gacy has found here as we go backstage to Rizzo and Tony D. Stacks coming in.
Big opportunity for Tony D'Angelo right now.
Of course, you can find Adriana Rizzo as part of the Chase U calendar that is sold out on multiple occasions on WWE Shop.
Who is this? Looks like the family's expanding in NXT again.
Not surprising. We did just have all those talents come up through the breakout tournament. Got to find ways to integrate some of those people into characters. Obviously, we've seen Obafemi become North American champion, do some good things. Luca Crustafino has shown up. We've seen Riley Osborne integrate into Chase U. Speaking of,
oh, good Lord.
There he is with Fallon Henley. I feel so bad for Fallon in the whole Briggs and Jensen breakup.
I don't.
He just wants to see her boys back together and kicking ass.
They might be better going their separate ways for all we know. They had a chance. They had a run at the tag goal. But hey, if that's going to hold you down for what you can become, especially what Brooks Jensen showed us at the Deadline Iron Survivor Challenge, then maybe the way to go is separate. And it could mean better things for at least one of them. We've seen that how many times in wrestling? I'm just saying. And I think Fallon Henry definitely has a bright upside to her. Uh-oh.
Ooh, what is Blair going to do?
Instigate and cause trouble as she usually does since coming into your NXT.
That's fair, but at least she's on my television screen.
Yeah, it's nice to see Blair Davenport actually back because, again, I think she's coming back from an injury as well. It's like 2 times I think she's been injured. It sounds like an impromptu grudge match. That's the best way to sell it. Don't find the back, sell it in the ring.
Hey, I'm all about that. If it gives me an opportunity to see more Fallon Henley on my TV screen, I'll subscribe to it.
Fallon Henry, Blair Davenport, Ava Rain officially pending. Well,
in the meanwhile, we got coming up here the smoke feeling.
Oh, you know exactly who's coming
it's
up
Baron
here.
Corbin. Well, I don't have the audio turned up, so
okay,
I don't hear the music.
Well, we're set for our NXT Tag Team Championship match, JJ, as Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin defend the gold against Chase U, and that is next here at NXT Roadblock following this commercial break.
The Wolf Dogs in the house.
Wolf Dogs, that's what they're called. I knew it was something dogs, but I couldn't remember exactly. Too much confusion. As we look right now, we got a break here. It's a full commercial break to engage with you all. Here, I gotta say again, I don't think Dijak is free from Joe Gacy's world of madness. The man was still subtly smiling in the back, and I think there's a hat trick that needs to be done before Joe Gacy's finally absolved from any of Dijak's future plans towards, I would hope, NXT Championship contention. But I digress.
I would ask you, Boss Man, what you thought of that match, but you can't watch it right now, so there's no way for you to weigh in on it, unfortunately.
It's a wonderful pause screen of D2 that I was watching before I turned on this stuff. So I'm in the middle of the Junior Goodwill Game final match. So it's a beautiful pause screen of the crowd with what's his name, Kenan Thompson's boys in the crowd. So it's a beautiful screenshot. Gotcha. Anyway, Russ. God damn, I can't think of his name. 100% agree with it's not over between Gacy and Dijak. We're going into Philadelphia for Stand and Deliver. There's going to be some sort of Philadelphia something between these two for the big blow off once and for all. Has to be, right?
But it almost feels like if they do something like just spitballing, like a Philadelphia street fight.
Sure.
Like, it just feels like it would be underwhelming after the Asylum match. Like, that should have been the finale. I can't really think of, something else unless they do like a flaming tables or, a scaffold match or something, something that really fits that ECW vibe. And I don't want another vicious Vic Grimes New Jack incident, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. It's
all
one of those
sincerity.
it's one of those deals, you know. I'm not saying it has to be Philadelphia theme necessarily, but there has definitely some sort of hardcore stipulation. But to JJ's point, what do you do above an asylum match unless you're willing to, you know, sign papers to indemnify yourself against bullshit?
Right?
Yeah. Just saying. It's Philadelphia, man. Anything goes. It's a crazy ass city.
The land of extreme.
It's the mad world. It is.
It's also brotherly love proverbially. There will not be no brotherly love come WrestleMania week, and I guarantee you that.
Dude, what if they found a way to talk to 2300 and go, okay, these two guys are going to have a fight inside the ECW arena, just like Falls Count Anywhere in the ECW arena.
That would be awesome. I mean,
something like that.
TNA Wrestling will be there a couple of weeks prior to WrestleMania.
Yes.
For a set of tapings.
Yes.
Which is funny.
Which almost makes me wonder if, you know, we could get one of those elusive TNA contracted like a Tommy Dreamer or a Bully Ray. More realistically, Bully, because I still say Tommy Dreamer's got a solid shot at going in this year if they run with an ECW theme.
I agree with that.
But have Bully be the guy to induct, you know, Paulie.
Right. You know, it's funny you mention TNA tapings because coming up very shortly in the City of Lights, Las Vegas, Nevada, we're trying to get our buddy the Renegade here. Hashtag Renegade. Thank you. Renegade to Rebellion.
Hey.
Get rid of the banner here real quick if I can. There it is. If you would like, and we really want him to go, JJ to join Datila and myself at Rebellion and the Impact tapings the next day, please, pretty please, hit that QR code. That'll take you to JJ's PayPal. Do your thing. Get the flight and hotel booked up, and we will get hashtag Renegade to Rebellion.
And again, as we
about a quarter of the way there.
There you go.
Again, as we prepare for everything ahead in April, we have so much in store on the hashtag We're Gonna Die schedule, virtually covering. It's going to be ridiculous.
It never ends. Every time we think, okay, we get a break. Yeah, not so much.
Everything's fine. But I still wonder if everything's truly fine in the mind of Tatum Paxley here, still holding one of Lyra Valkyrie's fetters.
Mm-hmm. I believe this is going to be the night we're going to find out what's up.
I believe this is the night I'm going to say lithium because I think one of these two is going to show me how crazy they are.
Yeah,
I mean, again,
what if this whole angle leads Lyra to the darkness?
Well, I mean, again, she can only withstand probably so much obnoxiousness. To your point, she has to worry about bigger things. And of course, that is being the NXT Women's Champion, a very prominent fighting champion she has been too. So I get what you're saying. I am kind of curious to see what happens, more particularly with these two in the women's tag match versus the titles themselves. Because again, but okay. Tatum Paxley, I got a word for you. Lithium. Now, you're talking about the titles, or you're talking about literally ripping your opponents apart? Yeah, Lyra, good luck with that. That's all I gotta say. That's certainly a unique spirit. NXT.
Meanwhile, here comes Andre Chase, Duke Hudson, Riley Osborne, Thea Hale. It looks like. Yep, there she is. JC Jane. The entirety of Chase University. Support your local institution of higher learning.
It'll be a cold day in hell before I even think about buying a Chase U shirt, let alone enrolling in it.
You know what, Noah? You will become an enrollee in Chase U before I believe in Joe Hendry.
You want to bet?
Because if nothing else, Joe Hendry may be 252 pounds of pure motivation and the answer to all of life's problems. But Andre Chase gives you teachable moments.
Yeah, how many of those teachable moments do you actually find achievement and success in? I'm just saying. Hey, he said his name. With every fiber of my being, I'm going to hold my decorum and my integrity tonight. Just call the wrestling.
I mean, let's be honest, Noah. Would you rather be calling Chase U or another Jeff Jarrett match? That's what I thought.
Damn it. Fuck me sideways either way. Anyway.
Champions hand over their tag team titles to the official who raises them in the air for the evening.
Oh, good Lord. As JJ looks to still pursue a Chase U calendar, Duke Hudson and Andre Chase look to once again regain the NXT Tag Team Championships. And of course, Chase U earned this opportunity being Nathan Frazier and Axiom to earn #1 contendership. Looks like we're kicking things off with the Professor and the guy looking to burn the ships down, Baron Corbin, who has had a rejuvenation in his career since returning to this NXT and tagging alongside Braun Breaker to win the Dusty Tag Cup.
And I gotta say, it's been so cool to see it, man.
It's weird.
A lot of people have given Corbin crap for a long time. And while I missed the Lone Wolf and all that good junk, like I still go back to watching some of the King of the Ring tournaments for the show Jeff and I did, and Corbin was impressive as hell in the King of the Ring tournament.
Baron Corbin now.
I've been a fan of him ever since that.
And again, Baron Corbin's had a very stutter step career, but there's one thing you can say about him is that he was consistently on screen. Whoa, man!
Ooh, nice clothesline suplex there.
And you want to talk about a guy that's been constantly consistent and impressive. Talk about Braun Breaker, who, again, the explosive nature of power and agility by this next generation Steiner is unmatched by most people in this generation of the NXT roster. And still to come later tonight, made official. Looks like Blair Darber will go one-on-one with Fallon Henry. Both these women might be looking to make their way closer towards maybe challenging for the NXT Women's Championship. Of course, Blair Davenport, previous challenger, Fallon Henry, yet to challenge. And Braun Breaker picking up speed, going from side to side. Takes down Andre Chase. Good God. This guy is freakish speed, period. This guy's speed is insane. Tag. Imagine if Usain Bolt challenged Braun Breaker to a 500-meter sprint.
That would be insane.
Oh!
Ooh, nice double team work there by Corbin and Breaker, going for the pinfall.
Yeah, again, a miscommunication there. They forgot who was legal as Baron, delayed pin, and Duke Hudson coming in now for the save. Takes Braun
You gotta
Breaker
wonder,
over.
stuff like that could play to Chase U's benefit because Corbin and Braun just don't have the cohesion that Chase and Duke do.
Yeah, I'll give you that because, to your point, Chase U have been tag team of a longer experience than Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin have.
Nice senton off of the ring apron there by Andre Chase, the headmaster of Chase University.
It's a teachable moment in store for us and will lead to the new tag team championship. Stay tuned as we keep you in tune with this restaurant quality picture-in-picture break. I'm going to lose my shit. But again, like I said, the last time that Chase U had these titles, they literally had them for 21 days, man. They not only beat the family beat them right back.
Yes. It was very, very bittersweet. I popped hardcore when they won them, and I damn near cried tears when they lost them. You know, unlike some of the people in the chat room, like our good friend Arlene Dominguez, who wants Chase U to falter, wants Thea to turn heel, wants JC to betray her just so that it'll break my widow heart.
Oh, yeah. Nice girls finish last in this NXT. NXT is all about one thing. It's attitude. And if you want to succeed in this NXT, you got to display an attitude. And JC Jane already has that. Thea Hell needs to try and literally adapt to that. It's the only way that I see those two become an NXT Women's Champion. But it's not about those two right now, which I respect. It's about right now the two men fighting for the NXT Tag Team Championships. As Duke Hudson right now is trying to wear down Baron Corbin here. Nice arm wringer. Irish whip into the corner. Follows him with a clothesline as they so far have cut the ring in half. Quick tag. Tag back into Andre Chase. And I will say this for Chase U and every bit of shit that I give them. I will say that Chase U have stood the testament of time in this NXT. And here's a cover by Andre. Gets a 2 count. And that longevity, I will give some sort of respect because that does give it values, especially to those that actually have had something come out of it, since being part of this. Like Thea Hale, who had a chance at the NXT Women's Championship, even though it was Andre Chase that surrendered on her behalf. Lest she forgot about that.
No, I didn't forget. I just tried to. That night made me sad panda.
Yes. I mean to ask you, while they're on this restaurant call, I don't remember if I was not on screen or present enough. Where did the restaurant quality picture-in-picture phrase come from, Noah?
Good old JR, Jim Ross, and AEW.
Okay. I wasn't sure about that because I hadn't heard him say that, so that's funnier than shit. Okay.
Because he has not longest time, but I'm so damn glad to have seen him back up here. But may he be back again. And I'm looking very forward towards the new set, new logo, and what's ahead tomorrow on AEW. But that was a ridiculous Frankenstein by Braun Breaker to Andre Chase. As of course, right now we are covering NXT Roadblock prayer for the NXT Tag Team Championships. And we are looking to make our ways for the final roadblock and set up who will stand and deliver. And yes, we're doing very well to everybody out there in the chat. We acknowledge you, but also I just look at the monitor. But I hope that you are enjoying our coverage, our engagement conversation. Please subscribe, comment, tell a friend. And if you want to dictate the conversation, don't need to dictate. Super Chat is truly as simple as that. As we have so much that we can promote far more than these fucking commercials on these friggin' picture-in-pictures, but I'm not going to disrespect the in-ring action that I'm seeing. Now, with full commercial break, all bets are off.
Absolutely.
Baron Corbin right now looks like he's trapping Andre Chase. The sleeper starts a submission.
And we're back to full screen here.
NXT Tag Team Champions on the line, JJ. Braun Breaker, Baron Corbin defending the titles against Chase Hughes, Andre Chase, and Duke Hudson.
And Duke is hyped on the ring apron, man. He is ready for a tag as we get another look at that Frankensteiner.
He set him halfway across the freaking ring. That was ridiculous.
Well, when you figure his dad and uncle originated the maneuver, you know.
Well, I mean, you and I covered WrestleMania freaking 9 when the Steiners were in action against the freaking Bobby Heenan family.
Andre Chase trying to get to the corner. Baron Corbin preventing him at all costs.
And driving him shoulder first. And again, we talked about it before. Braun Breaker, is on his way, and he's already now on the main roster. Baron Corbin was previously there. We saw that. Oh, God!
Great cutter maneuver there. Up and over into the cutter.
Yeah.
I hope we get a replay of that one. Jesus, that was beautiful.
I thought he was just taking him over for a suplex. Take a look
Here
at
we go.
this.
Bam!
Over into a fucking cutter. What the hell, Braun Breaker? 2.5, though. On Andre
Looks like
Chase.
he's been studying some Randy Orton tapes out of nowhere.
A proverbial RKO of sorts. That was beautiful. And again, what does Baron Corbin offer Braun Breaker? He offers him experience. He offers him tutelage. He offers him maybe that veteran guidance that, again, these young up-and-comers, they know nothing about.
And this could be Andre Chase's moment. Just threw Corbin into the ring post there. Breaker on the outside. Chase crawling to his corner to get that hot tag to Duke. Corbin tags in Braun. There's the tag to Duke.
Let's see if Duke Hudson can achieve another great milestone here for not only himself, but Chase University, driving that boot forward. Baron Corbin coming in down the jabs. A little flip-flop and fly, if you will, up. Braun Breaker.
Bionic elbow to Breaker, and then one to Corbin.
Shout out to Dusty Rose, the father of NXT.
If you will.
And Chase Hughes been for enough hard times, I will say. Walk off!
Little bit of a black hole slam there. Corbin on the hot tag. Sidewalk slam.
Duke with the cover on Baron. Gets a 2 count. What a hot run here by Duke Hudson. Almost became two-time NXT Tag Team Champions. Baron Corbin right now. And by the way, this is the, whatever you call them, the Wolf Dogs. Still a weird name. Wolf Dog's first defense of these titles since winning them. Duke up and over. Waist block. Nice German suplex there. And the
tag to Andre Chase.
Again, Andre Chase has been heavily worked over. I don't know how wise this is at this far down in the match. And what the hell are they going for here? Oh!
Interesting offensive maneuver. Goes for
tag
the pinfall.
Maneuver. No.
Drawn in at the last second to make the save there.
Yeah, Duke Hudson failed with the interception there, and I think you very well could have had to tag chance. It was like a honor roll type maneuver there. I'm not sure exactly what they were going for. You talked about Chase U and how much longer they've been as a tag team. I think they're still trying to figure out their own way as far as communication goes. Ooh, nasty hip toss there to Andre Chase in the corner. I think he landed on his head by Baron Corbin as we got Braun Breaker and Duke Hudson fighting on the outside. And I believe that Baron and Andre are the two legal men.
The two behemoths just throwing gut punches at each other.
Braun Breaker on the apron, though, JJ. And I don't think this is going to be very wise. Golly! Flying clothesline!
Duke over the table there.
Yeah, but take a look who's in the ring. And Baron Corbin drives Andre Chase to the outside. Andre Chase, though, catching Baron Corbin in, though, with an uppercut. And Braun Breaker, sidewind, shoulder first, the still ring steps.
This could be it here for Andre Chase.
Here's a Guri. Andre Chase here, looking for a Hail Mary. Don't call it a comeback if he achieves this. Crossbody, center the ring, the cover, and no!
Damn it, that could have been it for Chase U. The student section in the crowd is beside themselves. Andre Chase can't believe it. Riley Osborne, Thea Hill trying to hype him up.
I can't believe you literally almost had a freaking teachable moment. Crown new tag team champions. Andre Chase right now squaring off against Baron Corbin. Down to these two still in the ring. Crane distance. Catches him with a super kick. But there's a tab by Braun Breaker. Don't know if Andre's aware of it. Oh, man! End of days! And Presley with the spear! Here's the cover! Wolf Dogs retain! Jeez. Let this be a lesson for you. Don't underestimate a tag team, the likes of Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin, despite the inexperience value. Take a look at this. That high cross body, deep hook on the far leg. I swear you were literally a millisecond away. But at the end of days and the fall of Spear, that professor was dismissed from this match, JJ. There's no kicking out of that.
No. I'm not even mad.
SmackDown's newest superstar, Braun Breaker, continues to still be one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions. Wolf Dogs still rule NXT.
But look at JC behind them. Throwing up an L on her forehead, calling Thea, Duke, and Andre Chase all losers.
What the hell is this?
Looks like we're going to get a one-on-one here with him himself, Carmelo Hayes. Man looking to face Ilya Dragunov once again at Stand and Deliver.
When did he invest in special security? All right. Okay, I don't know how much stock this guy has, considering he doesn't have any gold, but this seems a little bit overdone. You almost feel like he fears for something. Win and handpick security guards. Do whatever it takes. As for tonight, talking about what happened to the last guy that jumped the line. Says the NXT champion is reserved for the biggest star in NXT. Says he's the one that'll make history. Go back and stand deliver. And once again become NXT champion, for he is him. Thanks, Quinn, whatever your name is. But as this man that made an impact last week returning home to NXT, the chairman makes his way to the ring. NXT Roadblock, Sean Spears, next.
Well, I can already tell you that Datila is going to end up giving this episode of Roadblock a perfect 10.
I don't know if I go that far, but I understand where you're going. That being said, we got full commercial break. As again, we look towards so much ahead on the hashtag We Gonna Die schedule. And again, folks, hope you are tuning in and enjoying the coverage. And we are just getting started, which is funny because March don't have a whole lot because we have Friday, we have next week, and then we have the suspense, the anticipation, the build, the planning, the scheduling, the madness, all the wrestling in one damn week.
Let me just say before Jeff says something, because I have, unfortunately, you kind of blocked with the Discord screen. Wesley, I think me and you need to stop making predictions for tonight because everything we've predicted has not happened.
Right.
So let's not predict that we're going to get whooped that trick tonight. Right now, we're batting 1,000, brother.
Yes.
Go ahead, Jeff.
I have seen on multiple fronts, not just one particular website or another, that it's looking like Sean's opponent's going to be Uriah Connors, whose real name is Brogan Finley, the son of Fit Finley. It looks like it's going to be debuting on NXT against Sean Spears' return tonight. So he's going to eat the L in all likelihood, but we're still getting a fourth generation Finley.
That's crazy.
In wrestling.
Okay, can we get Finley to team up with Charlie Dempsey?
Right.
Can we just make that a thing? I mean, we had Regal and Finley back in the day.
That sounds too obvious for
like
WWE
having
to
Uriah
do.
Connors join the no cat, whatever the
No quarter catch crew.
Thank you. Yeah, the quarter catch crew. I am here for that shit. Every bit of it. Absolutely.
I mean, I love the tag idea, but again, this is WWE. You trust them to do that?
Well, no. Here's what you do.
I trust Shawn Michaels.
Yes. If it is indeed Uriah Connors, Finley's son, you have Sean's first major program be for the Heritage Cup against Charlie Dempsey because they interfere.
That again,
I'm not watching, so I don't know, but I'm going off internet scuttlebutt, and that is what it is. Let me be crystal clear on that shit. But
fair.
If it happens, it'd be cool.
You got me. I say it once, I'll say it again. You actually might maybe believe the Heritage Cup matters once again in WWE since NXT UK died a sad death, black and red for life. If that actually is booked for Stand Deliver versus the TikTok reject group, then I'm all aboard. They're gonna change your picture.
That's right. Yeah, it's gonna be
stormed off.
Yeah, she did. Like I said, I thought that match would either be Chase U's like, oh wow, they got it back, or it's gonna be the real start toward pushing toward Thea making a decision that is gonna be awesome for JJ because he'll get his Thea back. But we'll see how it goes. I'm tentatively optimistic about the future of Chase U as far as where they go from tonight because we've still got a long 30-something days till WrestleMania.
All I know is Thea Hale needs to drop out, Chase U, and find herself.
I hope so too. Like I said, I enjoy her with Chase U, but if some of the chat folks are correct and Chase U ends up being the ones that turn to the dark side, then maybe we need Thea Hale to be that plucky babyface against them. I'd be curious if JJ would stand on that. Would you stand with the University or would you stand with Thea?
He's always going to stand with the University.
Well, don't know.
Oh,
why not both?
Well, I mean, if they're going against each other, though, that's the thing. Is my question. Cape Raider, that would have been a question for yesterday, and it can also be a question for open mic night this Saturday. So either find that DeLorean and
go back and watch the video that we did where we completely discussed for almost 2 hours Paul Heyman's induction.
Yes. Yeah, So because we were live yesterday, late morning, early afternoon. So please go back and check that out. Yeah, we gave a lot of opinions on that. So I highly encourage you to go check that out. Okay,
but I love the fact that he thinks that you're the only person here. So, that's kind of cool how he only addresses one person of the panel.
Kind of feels like a lone soldier like Sean Spears has been his entire life. A tortured soul, some would say, as the chairman has arrived back home in NXT in this new era. The last time he was involved in NXT, JJ, was 2017. a steel cage match with Eric Young. He left WWE September 25th, 2018 after losing to Nakamura in 3 minutes for the U.S. title.
Damn.
And now he returns in NXT, taking on Uriah Connors in 2024. The chairman is back, and I gotta imagine he's back here with a purpose after what he did to Rich Holland. We just don't know for what yet. What was your first thoughts, JJ, when Sean Spears was the guy behind these cryptic messages? We were only thinking about New Japan Pro Wrestling, people like Tama Tonga, Kazuchika Okada. Were you surprised? Were you taken away? Were you disappointed? What was your first impression?
I was definitely surprised. You know, Ty Dillinger, Sean Spears, I don't have a whole lot of exposure to the man.
That's fair.
I saw a couple of his matches during my time watching AEW. I think I can count on one hand the amount of matches I saw of him in the 2 years I've been watching AEW. Let that sink in. But I'm just glad to see him in a company where he's going to be heavily featured.
Hopefully.
You know, the fact that he's connected to Cody Rhodes is
Uh-oh. definitely
a positive.
Oh!
You know, you could almost say that Cody probably helped get him back in the company. I think the $1 million question is, what will happen with his wife? Could we see the Iconics back now once she has her second baby and recovers from that?
Well, first off, C4 and Sean Spears wins NXT debut. Secondly, if people want me to hear a rant about WWE Women's Tag Team Wrestling, that still doesn't matter because they fucked up the Iconics. And if you make me want to try and think that the Iconics will actually be respected if they return to WWE, a super chat, Cast80 Studios, $20. And I'll be happy to rant about that through the entire WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match that probably will piss me off. It's as simple as that.
I mean, you got to figure that if they were to come back, it's a different era now. It's a Triple H Shawn Michaels era. So you can only assume, and granted, I know what happens when we assume, but you could only assume that things would be better because it was in your NXT that they were treated properly, that they were made stars. It was when they transferred to the main roster that things changed. That was the Vince McMahon era. Now the man who made them stars in your NXT is running the main roster. And they are desperate for serious women's contenders for that tag division.
Yeah. But how many
Kabuki
serious
Warriors versus the Iconics?
We'll
I
talk
think
more.
I hear Noah saying, "Shut up and take my money" from Toledo, Ohio.
I'm not going to lie about that, but I've also know how many times even Triple H still has not found the damn formula for a women's tag team division. Damn it!
But he can only work with what he has. He's done a good job of trying to establish some teams. We had Chelsea and Piper. We have Natty and Tegan. We've got The Way, Candice and Indy. We've got Shayna and Zoe. We are establishing some legitimate teams here. And while some of those women would be better served in singles division vying for the women's championship, I think he's done a really good job in starting to build a tag division. As now Ridge Holland is coming to the ring.
And looking to build his fist right in Sean Spears' face to try and break this man like he's broken other man so far in and out of NXT. Ridge Holland is pissed. I understand what you're saying. I respect your outlook, and it is all facts with what they are trying to do. But again, there's also counterpoint towards how many teams that so far you think had a chance, and they screwed the pooch. And right now, Sean Spears instigating Ridge Holland to use the chair. I don't know how wise this is. Sean Spears is a very weird man when it comes to that weapon. It's almost like a euphoria to him. And now he's asking Ridge Holland to use it like he's asking him to finish him. What the hell is this imply? Is he trying to
make himself a martyr?
Yeah, literally. And Sean Spears knows what he's doing clearly. You can see the smile on his face.
Absolutely. Ridge Holland came back to NXT to try to redefine his career after all the injuries he's suffered and he's distributed to other people. So the restraint he had to show to not waylay on the perfect 10, Sean Spears, with that chair and give in to those temptations and urges was huge, as we now get Briggs and Jensen backstage.
Didn't these two had a one-on-one match already and had a fallout?
They did. They amicably broke up. Briggs started to make huge strides. Jensen resented it a little bit. Briggs told Jensen that he needed to stand up for himself and man up. The two did fight a couple of weeks ago. But at his core, Jensen just wants his friend back. They were stronger together than they have been solo, despite Briggs's early success. And that's where Fallon comes in the middle, because she wants her boys back together as well.
But it sounds like, according to what I just heard, Brooks Jensen is ready to take on stuff on his own, and he wants to go after the NXT North American champion, Obafemi.
Ooh, that should be interesting. And we now see Dijak and Briggs coming face to face here.
Well, after what Dijak and Briggs did at NXT Deadline, there's got to be some form of respect. Now, speaking of respect, we'll see how much respect is seen here at WWE Women's Tag Team Champions on the lineup next at Roadblock. The Kabuki Warriors take on Lyra Valkyrie and Tam Paxley, and that's up next on NXT. Now, going back to the talk of the women's, how fitting, women's wrestling, women's tag team divisions, TNA only does it right. Triple H has constantly tried. How many times you try and perfect the formula before you realize you just don't have it? Now, the Kabuki Warriors, okay, they are the tag champs. They are legit. I will give you that because they were champions back during the pandemic. Okay, and they're a legitimate tag team. Okay, but probably your entire roster of potential single star power has been IKEA relegated to tag teams. And why some of them actually have real legitimate character and could hold themselves up as a duo. There are others where the mix just doesn't fit, or the ones that originally had the mix that did fit got overshadowed by what he's trying to recreate. So I just think right now, at the end of the day, women's tag team wrestling in WWE is still heavily across all three brands muddled. And until I see a congruent pattern, I'm not going to believe that the Iconics will get the representation they deserve, let alone the run they should have had with that fucking Matt. When that guy was in the chair. Easy. I'm fine.
Okay. All right. Everything's fine. Okay.
No, I'm done. I'm done for now. Stay tuned, folks, further on the debate of women's tag team wrestling, probably on Open Mic Night.
Well, just a heads up, I am here. I'm just eating my dinner and commercial break.
That's a wise move. I got you, bruv. Anyway, hi, Jeff. What's on your mind, bruv?
Well, I just wanted to say they announced a new women's match for Dynamite tomorrow night. Chris Statlander against Riho.
Yes! Because that's it. Damn it!
That's it. So there you go.
All the rest.
It's going to be a good. All the wrestling indeed. Where's that at? Yeah, as you mentioned, man, we've got Sacrifice. Oh, hang on. Sacrifice. Let me get there first. There we go. Sacrifice this coming Friday night, 7:00 Eastern, 4 Pacific, and then we get into the stretch. Of course, big business a week from tomorrow, and then it's on, man. WrestleMania weekend. We've got Supercard of Honor from Ring of Honor. Rebellion, of course, will be there on site for that for a good chunk of us. Backlash, Battleground, Money in the Bank, Heat Wave, All In, Bash in Berlin, and of course, WrestleMania weekend from WWE with the Hall of Fame, Stand Deliver, 2 nights WrestleMania, and the Raw After Mania. Just so much. We're like APM. Too much good stuff up in here.
That first graphic needs to be edited because of AEW Dynasty, which was announced the other night during Revolution.
That's right.
Yes, I forgot about that shit. All right, well, we'll delete that one then and go back on that later.
You'll just have another trailer where Limp Bizkit will allow me to do what you all love, of course, behind the scenes and save the classic phrase once again, because there is so much fucking awesome professional wrestling, damn it, and sports entertainment ahead. That again, how can you not be excited? I'm not gonna die. I'll be fine. I just might be hoarse for a little.
I have long stated that the period of time between Royal Rumble and WrestleMania is like another Christmas for me. Man, they're making it feel like freaking 7 weeks of Hanukkah. All the presents every week. I love it, man. I'm here for it.
And we're back with Kelly Kincaid and the Mad Dragon, Ilya Dragunov.
Well, that's her WWE name. That's what Quinn McKay was turned into. I forgot what she was like without the bow tie and the glasses, but good for her.
That's Quinn McKay?
Yes.
Yeah, it's knowledge, man, imparted by the man. You live.
This is I'm a man that watches all things wrestling, but not just the competitors, also sometimes the announcers and the interviewers. Quinn McKay always been one of my favorite, not only competitors, but personalities. Again, either driving off one of my overall favorite champions right now in the entire WWE ecosystem, where I only have like 5 champions I acknowledge, and he is definitely right now number 1. Oh, the family confronting Ilya Dragunov now.
Yes, Channing Stacks Lorenzo, Luca Crustofino, who I guess was just inaugurated into the family earlier tonight.
Correct. Yeah, based on that interview with the mafia good fathers, like, the keys to welcome to the family. And I guess
Luca
that was like a little
was a member of the Breakout tournament. He's also a lawyer. So
What,
that's
a lawyer?
how Tony D is using him as part of the family for the legal expertise.
Okay, I get it. So he's got the financial woman, and then he's got the legal counsel. And meanwhile, Lyra Valkyria has Tatum Paxley as a tag partner in this very unique circumstance where these two have a chance to become WWE Women's Tag Team Champions as we get ready for more evening action as Lyra Valkyria and Tatum Paxley make their way to the ring.
Make sure you go to www.shop.com, purchase the t-shirt to help celebrate Women's History Month all month long.
Respect.
Last month they had one that celebrated Black History Month. Very similar design, just slightly different color scheme.
Talking about the women's tag team titles here. Of course, this is the very first chance in both the respective careers of Lyra Valkyria and Tatum Paxley to pursue women's tag team gold as the Kabuki Warriors, 2 former NXT Women's Champions, return back home.
I can't wait to watch this back at West Coast time and listen to the pop that these women are getting, because NXT is giving it for them.
Well, of course, yeah, I mean, again, Asuka still undefeated in NXT, retired the NXT Women's Championship after 510 days, while Kairi earned her richest prize in WWE and had it for 71 days. But the Kabuki Warriors have been now the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions now for the second time for 40 days after beating Katana Chance and Kaden Carter, and also beating them in a rematch, and of course, most recently defeated Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae in Australia, going into their 3rd defense. But arguably right now, the Kabuki Warriors have never been stronger than ever, with the found unit of Damage Control running SmackDown alongside the WWE Women's Undisputed Champion, Io Sky, and as we saw on Friday night, Dakota Kai. This foursome is going to be a force to be reckoned with. And honestly, right now, I don't know, honestly, if Lyra and Tatum are ready for Kairi and Asuka.
Io Sky and Dakota Kai ominous by their absence here, allowing the Kabuki Warriors to do their thing on their own. I think it just goes to show how little the women in Damage Control actually think of the NXT Women's Champion Lyra Valkyria and her partner Tatum Paxley.
Or maybe they believe that they can do it on their own because Damage Control rules WWE. It could be one of those confidence things. Also, let's keep in mind, Dakota Kai never became NXT Women's Champion, but is a former NXT Women's Tag Team Champion. And why you say they're not involved right now doesn't mean they can't get involved before the match ends. And again, Io Shirai, also a former NXT Women's Champion. Dakota Kai never held the top gold, but a former NXT Tag Team Champion. So Damage Control knows what it means to rule NXT. But in this era, it is led by Lyra Valkyria, and it very well could be also with Tatum Paxley, an accessory. But this is definitely an uphill battle for your NXT.
Yeah, without question. As the tag team graphic comes over our screen.
It's also that thing, though, where a team has nothing to lose and everything to gain. They could be the most dangerous threat. It's like a wild card factor. Again, bell rings are underway. This is the first time that Asuka and Kairi are engaging against Lyra Valkyria and Tatum Paxley. And also, Tatum and Lyra only have one other tag match alongside each other. Kind of tired right now in the early going. Kabuki Warriors, of course, coming in with that tag experience going all the way back to the pandemic when they first became tag team champions, and even prior to that. And again, in this era of WWE where these women titles go across all three brands, I would think that Damage Control would not want to underestimate anybody, including what honestly might be the most unpredictable threat, NXT.
Yeah, without question. But you got to figure that, to your point, the confidence factor coming in. If the women that are on the main roster can't conquer the Pirate Princess and the Empress of Tomorrow, who's going to think that the developmental brand is going to be able to touch them?
Only takes 3 seconds, JJ. That's all
I
you got
know.
to think
Trust
about.
and believe, I know. But I'm just saying, going back to the women and their confidence factor as to why Io and Dakota aren't here.
Ooh, look at this face-off here. Tatum Paxley and Kairi Sane in the waist lock and the counter by Kairi right now, clubbing away against Tatum Paxley. Tatum Paxley, by the way, has not been involved that much in in-ring action also either. So, again, there's a lot still unknown about Tatum Paxley, being perfectly honest here in general. I don't think Lyra even fully understands her.
Yeah, I don't think that Lyra can understand her. She's definitely giving off psychotic Victoria Mickey James vibes as Kyrie's telling her to kiss it.
Where the sun don't shine. And what the hell am I watching here?
Tatum basically crawling to her like she's like, okay.
Look at the
you
smile.
Offer.
Look at the smile on Tatum Paxley's face. I'm not sure who's winning this intimidation game. Oh! Well, I guess we just went from mental to physical. Let's go ahead and fight. I think that's the best way to solve stuff. That's Killer Kelly and Jody Fred and TNA. I'm just saying. Irish whip right now by Kyrie to Tatum. And Kyrie up and over. Tatum taking over with the T. Harris. And you saw Tatum grabbing the small of her back as she rolls to the outside. Oh, Kyrie looking for a cheap shot against the NXT Women's Champion. And funny enough, you got to consider also, who's to say that Damage Control wouldn't want all the gold? If Asuka or Kyrie pin the NXT Women's Champion, imagine one of those two going after Lyra, maybe. Even at Stand and Deliver. Tag.
Not a bad call there. I mean, you would have to imagine, though, that if anybody from Damage Control is going to want to go after Lyra, it would be Dakota Kai, the one who never held the NXT Women's title.
Oof.
You got to figure at this point, Kyra, Asuka, and Io would all think that the championship would be a demotion, whereas Dakota could use it as a stepping stone, much like Becky Lynch did.
Yeah, we saw what happened with that after Becky literally put over Lyra after Lyra gave Becky arguably the fight of last year in her career. Dropped down by Kyrie, Asuka, Kabuki Warriors, double team action here. Kick combination and drives down Tatum with the Bulldog, followed drop kick. Great synergy here by Kabuki Warriors. Gets a 2 count. Like a days ago, cover by Kyrie. Should have known better.
Yeah, hell of a sequence there by the Kabuki
Warriors.
Hold
on. What's
going on backstage here?
What the hell?
Thea Hale. Can't tell who the other two women are. Is it JC and the other member of Chase U, or kind of looked like Kiana James also? Great standing moonsault from Tatum Paxley to gain some control there as we get back to the main action in the ring.
Like I said, Chase U has no form of structure whatsoever right now, and Thea Hale has lost her damn mind. And, right now, Tatum putting the boost, but Lyra trying to calm her down. Again, referee's discretion, of course, have a 5 count.
Some people would say you can't lose what you never had to begin with, but that's a whole other argument.
I think the only person that applies to is the person we saw in the Asylum match, and that's Joe Gacy, and he lost. Tag.
That's fair.
Tatum Paxley right now is Lyra and Tatum right now, double teaming Kairi Sane in the corner. And again, we saw also on Friday the betrayal of Dakota Kai, which had to be a long-term plan. Nice cartwheel there by Lyra and Tatum here. Seeing what both these two can do together. Similar offense here with the drop kick in stereo. Takes Kabuki Warriors to the outside. Trying to bring something together as Tatum and Lyra look to pick up speed with the drop kicks in between the ropes. Valkyria and Paxley in control here. Will we get new Women Tag Team Champions here at NXT Roadblock? Stay tuned as the action continues. The restaurant quality, picture-in-picture. And again, you talked about Dakota Kai not being involved here, but maybe going after the title. Who's to say Bayley, former NXT Women's Champion, will not try and come back here maybe for a little bit of revenge? Because She got laid out. Right now, Bayley is literally fighting an uphill battle. She is on her own against Damage Control, going towards WrestleMania to try and take the title from Sky. Nice split leg elbow drop and a 2 count by Tatum. Dan Paxley right now trying to control Kyrie with the side headlock. There's a Ted Asuka. And I think to your point, I think that was your Chase U women's class blowing up. So I guess we'll see if there's any more fallout if someone's sent to detention or the principal's office here before the night's out. Ava, get control of your show, damn it! And Asuka right now, legal with Tatum Paxley. Oh, man, vicious kick. One of the most lethal strikers in WWE. Again, Asuka still unpinned, unsubmitted in her entire NXT career, even in this new era when she came down and faced the prodigy, Roxanne Perez. No one's figured out Asuka yet in NXT.
The reason they say that no one is ready for Asuka.
Yeah, but plenty of people are ready on the main roster. Hello, Charlotte.
That's fair.
Oof.
But in fairness, those are the same people that came up alongside of her.
A 2 count there. And yeah, I suppose that's true as well. I'll give you that. And you see Lyra right now waiting on the apron, showing maybe some concern for Tatum Paxley, who may be in desperate need for a tag here. I'm just going to say this real quick while I can. Fuck television, fuck commercials, as Tatum Paxley just went face first into the rear end of Asuka out of the corner. Kyrie Sane right now controlling Tatum Paxley up against the ropes. What is Kyrie looking for here after returning from her voyage in Stardom, becoming a trios champion there, and of course the first ever IWGP Women's Champion. It's Kyrie right now looking for good speed. Whoa, nice schoolboy there by Tatum. Great counter. Gets a near fall. Tatum looking for the tag. Kyrie prevents it immediately. Of course, Kyrie Sane came back last year to help Io Sky retain that Undisputed Women's Championship against Bianca Belair at Crown Jewel. And shortly after, Asuka and Kyrie came together as a duo when Asuka joined Damage Control. It does make me wonder if all this cohesion with Damage Control now and Bayley on the outside, how long was this planned, particularly by Dakota Kai? I've been saying it from the get-go. I think Dakota Kai has been the mastermind of this whole thing. And she's not even involved in any championship.
I definitely think it goes back to Kyrie coming back to the company. I think once Kyrie came back, that's when the plan really got put into play. Because Dakota knew the history with Kyrie and Bayley, knew she could manipulate and play that. Then they were able to get Asuka to fall into place. You get the Kabuki Warriors back together, and then you pull the trigger.
A long-term plan in the waiting right now. As we are back at NXT
Roadblock.
Thank Christ. I fucking hate television. WWE Women's Tag Team Championships on the line. Asuka and Kyrie Sane defended them against Tatum Paxley and Lyra Valkyrie here at NXT Roadblock. And let's keep in mind, to your point, JJ, the winner of this match will be defending those titles against Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler on Monday Night Raw.
Yes, sir. And I hope you're that emphatic about commercials 1 week from tomorrow when we do AEW Dynamite Big Business live from Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston. I'll say it once, I'll say it again. Fuck television. And it's as simple as that.
I hear you. I just hope you're that emphatic when we get to AEW and it's not just a during WWE thing, good sir.
It's not about the company. It's about the fact that I care about wrestling, not the fucking advertising. And when I got picture-in-picture during great content, great action, it caused me to go into a whirlwind. Now, I'm going Sully tonight on WWE. But if I have to continue doing watch-alongs with this advertising bull-s, you're going to see a whole different side of me that might get up. Never mind. Anyway, Asuka right now being controlled by Lyra. Bottom line, I hate commercials. I hate television. It's simple as that. I just want to see wrestling uninhibited. Is that too much to ask?
Sure.
Anyway. Now, and I don't give a damn what company, because I know all companies are affected the same way.
Nice counter there by Lyra.
Yeah, big DDT to Asuka. Lyra Valkyrie right now taking control of this match. Now looking to hook Kyrie up to them. Paxley sliding in and hooking up Asuka. What are they going for here? Whoa! Valkyrie up. Fisherman Buster. And Lyra right now taking advantage here. There's a real chance Lyra could do this. Northern Lights Bridge cover on Kyrie and a near fall.
No. I said it the other night during Revolution. I'll say it again now. Northern Lights suplex has always been one of my favorite suplexes.
Same.
Just
Especially,
so pretty.
Well, again, it's all about that arc. And the higher you're up on the arc, the more pressure you add to the fall.
And I will use discretion, and I won't turn it into a perverted comment there. No, it would be very easy, but I respect you enough. I'm not going to go there. Code breaker.
Code breaker. Rep breaker. Follow up. Great tag team action by the Kabuki Warriors. Double teaming on Lyra. Cover by Asuka. The float of her lateral, and Tatum breaks it up. Again, tag team continuity, tag team cohesion, tag team communication. Despite the fact that Lyra and Tatum coming in here with a ton of inexperience, they are working very well here tonight against the Kabuki Warriors for the championships. An impressive showing.
They're trying to prove that they can be the dominant force here in their house.
Oh, man. Oh! The knee lift right there by Asuka catches Lyra on the nose. Asuka, great float over underneath the leg, the waist lock, but Lyra able to roll through, hook up both legs, and Asuka able to escape. Wait for a high kick again, and Lyra comes up with a step and security, both women down. Lyra in the driver's seat, Lyra and Asuka, the two lead competitors, drives into the corner, Tad and Tatum Paxley. Now Paxley legal with Asuka, and what's Paxley looking for here?
Backbreaker.
And Lyra to the top rope.
Big leg drop across the throat of Asuka there.
Deep cover by Tatum, and Kyrie saves at the last possible second.
Referee almost looked like he had to stall that final count there because Kyrie was a little out of position. That should have been 3.
Oh, no! Well, you're talking about being out of position or miscommunication. High kick, Roxton and Paxley. Oh, and the cutlet spinning back face to Lyra. She's out. And Tatum's the legal one. Uh-oh. Ooh. Big kick to the back of the head by Asuka to Tatum. And that might be the depth note here on these two's chances of becoming champions. Setting them
Kyrie
up for
going
their
up top. I
finish.
think he's thinking insane elbow.
Say bon voyage, Tatum, with the elbow drop. Cover 2. Kabuki Warriors retain.
And Asuka is still undefeated inside the hallowed halls of NXT.
Yeah, and again, that pinnacle moment, JJ, was that miscommunicated kick, high kick that rocked Tatum Paxley in the side of the head. Very well, though, after this great backbreaker top rope leg drop, though, it looked like that we could have new tag team champions. But after this free of offense by Lyra, Kyrie ducking her and even Tatum Paxley, unfortunately, innocent victim of circumstance, set up Asuka and Kyrie for the double team on Tatum to get the win and retain. Kabuki Warriors still WWE Women's Tag Team Champions and will now face Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler on Monday Night Raw. Wait a minute!
Is that Roxanne Perez?
Yeah, it's Roxanne Perez! What the hell is she doing?
Going after Lyra. She wants that championship that she never lost.
But this is not how you earn a championship match, JJ. This is ridiculous, especially after what Lyra just went through. Roxanne
Okay, but
Perez,
let me ask you this, Noah, and you know me, I'm not the type of guy that plays baby faces heels. But how long is Roxanne supposed to play the good person, waiting for her opportunities and consistently getting passed up by people who just show up?
Oh, ow.
Shotzi Blackheart showed up to NXT on a whim and got a title shot before Roxanne.
Oh! I understand you want to force yourself back in the title picture, but you're not going to force yourself back in there injuring the freaking champion. This is an uncalled for assault by a vengeful, spiteful, hungry, ridiculously immature Roxanne Perez. I expect better from the prodigy. And right now, Lyra Valkyrie might literally be injured. You check that arm, man. She stomped that arm across that steel ring post, exposed the brace as we go to commercial break. Damn it, Roxanne. That was absolutely ridiculous. That's uncalled for. That's poor conduct.
Perfect.
She's already on thin ice as it is with Ava Raine in assaulting anybody that goes against what she believes. All right, seriously, Ava, get control of your show.
This attack is just going to make Lyra want it even more to show that she deserves this belt more than Roxy.
I
Now
understand that.
Lyra is going to go to Ava wanting to get payback on Roxy for that attack, which is going to play straight into the Prodigy's hand.
Prodigy gets what she wants by unnecessary means to force the general manager's hand. Might be her last chance, though, at this point. Go ahead, Jeff.
So Roxanne getting her way and getting her title shot by entering the champion is not the way to go. You said that, correct? That was what you said?
Yeah, I mean, again, how are you going to get a shot at the champion if she's injured?
That is what he said.
I'm asking because I believe Roxanne's reign ended due to circumstances beyond her control, and the new champion was crowned, and she has not been given a proper opportunity to rematch yet. So it was an injury. It was her. Yeah, actually, it was the injury because it was her having that fainting spell.
It was self-sustained injury. That's on her.
Okay, but the champion got an opportunity because the champion, the champion du jour, was injured. That's how the champion got the opportunity. That's what this crazy, twisted Roxanne Perez is thinking in her mind.
And she had her chance at Vengeance Day, and truth be told, there was an interceptor, but at the end of the day, it was still her shot. She lost.
And she wants an opportunity one-on-one, and she's doing whatever she can in that warped, desperate times call for desperate measures, my friend. And she is desperate to regain her status as the top female in NXT. And if this is how she rationalizes that she can do it, she's going to do it.
Yeah, well, this rationalization does not add up, and we'll see whatever Rain has to say about this. If nothing else, she does get one more shot. It might be her last chance.
By any means necessary, especially going into the grandest stage of them all.
That's right.
But if she's looking to stand deliver, I think she's setting herself up for a massive fall.
I seem to remember a very young, inexperienced, plucky, blue chipper baby face going down with an injury and coming back and realizing that he had to turn up the voltage to get what he wanted if you smell what the meat is cooking.
Well, hopefully Lyra's okay, and we'll see what happens as far as what happened here. And also, you got to consider another factor that's going to probably come into play. She's going to try and neutralize, and that's Tatum Paxley. So, again, Roxanne, if she's going to try and get that championship by any means necessary, all I'm going to say is good luck, but I think that was uncalled for at the moment. So let's see what happens.
If Tatum is as obsessed with Lyra as we believe she is, you mentioning the whole lithium need, he will do what it takes to protect her obsession because, it's very much like Mickey, nobody can hurt Trish but me. So I'd be surprised if we did not get Roxy versus Tatum first, just to establish what we're going to have coming up on April 6th.
That's why I thought they were going, but right now, that's a whole curveball thanks to Roxanne, who, again, might have injured the champ's arm. And Lyra even said at Vengeance Day, truth be told, she wanted to beat Roxanne one-on-one to prove, again, that she's better than her and deserves to be called champ. As we go back to the replay, take a look at this. Watch the way that left arm bends off this stump across that steel ring pulse.
Oof. Yeah, it doesn't have to be pretty, folks. It just has to be effective.
Yeah, I suppose it's effective, but I still say absolutely uncalled for. She was taken out on a stretcher. And this does put the NXT Women's Championship right now and the champion up in the air, especially this close to stand deliver. So hopefully it's nothing too far exaggerated.
Lyra getting loaded into an ambulance. We see Ava Raine and Shawn Michaels there.
Well, Shawn and Ava, you got a hell of a debacle on your hands, especially if she can't stand deliver. Ava, good luck.
Why did that ambulance guy look like RJ City?
What?
I said, why did that ambulance guy look like RJ City? Get in the back of the ambulance there.
I don't know. Again, hopefully Lyra's okay as we return inside the NXT arena for more women's action, singles action. As Fallon Henry takes on Blair Davenport. Everybody trying to make a statement and get their ticket punched to stand deliver, but again, I just hope that Lyra didn't just face her roadblock. We got to focus on the here and now, though, as Fallon Henry, former participant in the Iron Survivor Challenge last year in December, looks to make a statement and show Blair Davenport some respect, country style. But again, I know what you all are saying, and Booker T even says it himself. What's this business about? Jackson Championships. You want to be the best. You got to do what you need to do to get to the top and stay at the top. So again, Roxanne, desperate woman. Most desperate woman right now I know in the industry. So we'll see if it actually rewards her versus punishes her. And again, Shawn Michaels, Ava Rain, good luck figuring this out. You want to talk about people, though, that literally have done everything they could do to create opportunity for themselves. How about Blair Davenport? Top Ganjin previously challenged Lara Valkyra earlier this year for the NXT Women's Championship. As we said, NXT will stand and deliver. And, of course, you guys in the Pacific, it is what it is. We will be covering that here live at JMN Multiverse of Media prior to WrestleMania. Stay tuned for more details on that. Of course, we'll have our kickoff show and discussion and so much more. Yeah, it's going to be a long Saturday. Buckle up, bro. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Hey, I wouldn't have it any other way. Stand and deliver night one of WrestleMania and open mic night to boot as the bell rings for this one-on-one women's action.
Impromptu one-on-one women's match, might I add, as Blair Davenport instigated Fallon Henry backstage. Of course, Fallon Henry taught a city girl a bit of respect when she turned her into a farmhand.
Yeah, but a lot of punishment that truly was is Tiffy time now is on SmackDown Friday nights. And she's been doing great things since making it up to the main roster. Congratulations to Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah, and I gotta say, congratulations to Tiffany Stratton. She's had an incredible first impression, I think, so far, especially in her performance in the Elimination Chamber. Speaking of congratulations, on behalf of the JMN Multiverse of Media, we just want to say one more time, thank you again, Sting, as you close the book on your illustrious career. And mad respect to WWE and Michael Cole in acknowledging that last night as well. Yes, I saw that clip.
Nice body scissors roll up there by Fallon Henley. Only gets a 2 count.
Again, Fallon Henry, though, she's always kind of made her own way in NXT, but she doesn't have a lot to show for it. You could say the same for Blair Davenport, though. Again, Blair Davenport's had multiple chances at the NXT Women's Championship. It's almost like these two are just trying to find some way where they'll be able to stand and deliver. It's almost like both of these women have something to gain in just beating each other here. Speaking of something to gain, so coming to our main event, Carmelo Hayes takes on Tony D'Angelo, where the winner will face Ilya Dragunov for the NXT Championship at Stand and Deliver.
Hey, Noah.
What's up?
It's not just AEW. Look at what time it is.
What?
Look at what time it is. And we've got women's action on the screen.
Oh, fuck. Now I'm gonna rant about this industry of what they're doing here with this time slot.
But to be fair, we did just have women's tag action before this, so it's not like this is the only women's match on the show.
All right,
and it's in that spot.
All right, fine.
And if we're being real, this is obviously our semi-main event because all that's left is Tony D and Mello.
Well, again, I don't expect this to go far either because this was just made on the spot, and right now these two are just trying to sell a grudge. And right
nice
now,
right by Fallon and a sling blade to follow it up.
She's just swinging for the fences right now. Anything that she can hit on Blair Davenport, she's going to try to.
But to be fair, that's what somebody like Fallon has to do with a competitor like Blair. She's completely outmatched.
Hold over.
I love me some Fallon, but when you're in there up against a competitor like Blair Davenport, you got to punch and kick and scratch and take every advantage as you can as she clotheslines her over the top rope.
And to your point, the former Tessa Price with not nearly as much experience as the battle-tested Bea Priestley, Blair Davenport, in and out of Stardom and her home country of Australia. Oh, just a clot found and send her into the steel ring steps. And also Blair Davenport, though, versus Fallon Henry, has had her fair share of injuries, especially to that leg as she just drove into the steel ring steps. Wait a minute. What? But hold up. That's Saruka.
Nice.
And the bitch was distracted. Saruka's back.
Also, Saruka, one of the many that was taken out by Blair Davenport in her sneak attack.
2,
3.
What? Yeah, you're right. So Ruka was taken out by Blair Davenport. She was assaulting everybody. Lost over a year of her career. She just came back and caused Blair behind the red's back. Fallon Henley wins.
Nice. Welcome back, Sol Ruka. Way to make a name for yourself and an immediate impact. Kudos to Fallon Henley. I'm sure she would have preferred winning that with no interference, no distraction. But again, when you're in there with the competitor, the level of Bea Priestley, Blair Davenport, you take whatever advantage you can get. And Sol Ruka definitely has got some payback to dish out on Blair Davenport as well.
Yeah, and again,
welcome back, Sol Ruka.
Well, again, you make enemies. Your enemies don't forget old wounds. Blair Davenport, karma's a bitch. Well, as again, we got a bit of a preview as we prepare ahead for our main event. Again, so much to come in store as the man whose name the marquee talked about. And of course, JJ and I will be covering WrestleMania. It will be a literal WrestleMania week. Going to be panels. There's going to be predictions. Going to be discussions. And I can't wait to see what we have as far as on the cards. We go backstage to Chase U and Jesse Jane and whoever that is. Came up short. Again, I'm going to match myself. Oh, Sophia Hill got into a fight with Izzy and Kiana. JC not going to be in the tag with Fia. Fia needs to find a tag partner.
Ooh.
So you were right. That was Kiana James and Izzy that Fia Hill was fighting with earlier. Sounds like you got an impromptu women's tag match. As we go backstage, the No Quarter Catch crew with the Heritage Cup now in hand of somebody that deserves it, Charlie Dempsey.
Looks like we're going to get a little celebration ceremony in ring coming up next.
As we go to a full commercial again. And we got a moment to just chat a little bit what happened. Yeah, again, So Ruka is one of those that really coming by surprise with what she brought in the ring, especially that very unique, very dangerous, I like to think, maneuver she does out of the corner. But again, when Blair Davenport was the mystery assailant and also, of course, was discovered, she took out so many individuals, including So Ruka. We haven't seen So Ruka since. Again, karma's a bitch, and I guess that Blair Davenport is paying for her sins.
The only other person that I can think of that Blair Davenport ambushed and took out that we haven't seen come back yet is Wendy Chu.
Exactly. I figured that she's still sleeping in bed, but in a hospital bed because she's been gone, period.
As you're on the commercial, we got the Olympics coming up, hyping up Simone Biles for gymnastics. I know you only follow pro wrestling, sir, but if you get the opportunity this summer, check out Simone Biles in the Olympics. She is a hell of a gymnast.
Kudos to everybody out there to try and win the gold for America. I respect that.
And you figure the way WWE is scouting outside athletes, somebody like a Simone Biles could definitely make the transition. We've seen other gymnasts come into WWE, go through the NXT farm system, and do great things. Case in point, again, look at Tiffy Time.
Again, that NIL program does seem to be paying off in some parts. They are literally creating superstars from the ground up, and some of them actually are effective in that ring. So I give credit where credit's due. I won't deny that. I'll give credit where credit's due. So we'll see. And again, another one that also been making waves, of course, Kalani Jordan, who's been in the crosshairs of Kiana James and Izzy Dame. Looks like Kiana and Izzy plans now are going to confront Chase U. And for all we know, Kiana James might buy out Chase U. That'd be a business venture that probably won't profit. She probably will rebuild it into something else. So we'll see what happens. I guess maybe next week if Fia Hill has a tag team partner.
Definitely could be Kaylani, like you just pointed out there, with her issues with Kiana James. Could also be Fallon Henley because both Thea and Fallon had a heart-to-heart a couple weeks ago. Fallon about the hardships going on with Briggs and Jensen. Thea about the awkwardness, I guess is the proper word, of her date with Riley Osborne after following JC Jane's romantic advice.
Oh, God.
So there could be a potential pairing there with Thea and Fallon. Either way we go, Boss Man just popped in. Boss Man, we have not taken any of our own commercial breaks yet. Would you like to run a trailer and show everybody how they can follow Noah Foster, myself, you, and everybody else in the multiverse of media?
There you go.
If it's still in here. Oh, there it is. Yes, I would like to do that. And I have a mini rant we come back to.
Uh-oh. Stay.
And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
Okay. My rant will have to wait. I have the guy on the phone I'm going to rant about, so maybe it'll get solved. Carry on.
Well, we're still on full commercial as we take a look at the newest 2K24 offering.
And Jelly Roll apparently is a big fan of it, or whoever that is. And that being said, yeah, that's just some random dude. That being said, if y'all want that game, you know where to go. You know how much you're going to spend. More power to you if you enjoy it, as you can relive 40 years of WrestleMania and all new match types and a whole new career mode experience. Only available in WWE 2K24. You can release 200 plus superstars and legends. As it's available now and worldwide Friday. WWE 2K24. To go backstage, David Rain and Gigi Dolan.
Gigi Dolan, somebody who hasn't been featured that prominently as of late. Honestly, ever since her feud ended with JC Jane, she's been very hit or miss on the television set. Almost makes you wonder if she would give back into her toxicity to realign with JC to get back on television. As Ariana Grace, the daughter of one Santino Marella, comes into the backstage area as well. Santino hoping that Ariana Grace will be on the main roster by 2025, he said in an interview. And if she keeps going and improving the way that she has been, I don't see why she wouldn't be. She's got a hell of a gimmick and character, and she seems to improve with every match in NXT.
Two things that I find obnoxious: divas and beauty queens. Fight and get dirty and then show me something. Ava, book the match. I see the match in front of me. Hell, I'm a GM. I can book this shit.
Kind of starting to think of NXT as like a community college. Within 2 years, you should be up to the main roster. If they're doing their job right and you're doing yours right.
Basically. Sean Spears making his leave, and it looks like we got what we wanted. Ava Rain basically booked it. It looks like it's going to be Ariana Grace for Gigi Dolan yet to be announced. As the
Probably
chairman
for
looks
next week's episode.
Wouldn't surprise me.
And again, as you pointed out, backstage parking lot interview with Sean Spears again makes me wonder if Datila will give this episode a perfect 10. Double the Sean Spears here tonight. No quarter catch crew.
Catch point. I will, because I do remember a catch point. I do respect Drew Gulak, by the way. Another heavily underrated teacher, wrestler, technically sound, proficient competitor who made it better. 205 Live. It's still a dumbass name. Anyway, it looks like that Sean Spears is instigating Rich Holland's greatest friend and worst weapon, his rage. And we'll see if more of that comes to fruition very soon in your NXT as he leaves. As we have the new Heritage Cup champion in the ring, Charlie Dempsey.
Can we please get a Regal appearance right now?
Don't jinx it. Actually, do jinx it.
Are we back on programming?
Yes, the no quarter catch crew is in the ring right now. Charlie Dempsey with his newly acquired Heritage Cup.
Oh, okay, good.
This actually make this again. This may actually make me believe that the Heritage Cup could be of value in this NXT. Maybe.
Well, you got to imagine Noam Dar is going to want to run it back and get a rematch, come stand and deliver. But as long as Charlie Dempsey can retain the cup over Noam Dar, then maybe we can see it onto more better things. But you got to figure Noam Dar is going to want another shot at it.
I'm still going to rant.
I will. I'll reserve my rant for after the show then, because it's definitely earned. But I don't want to interrupt Charlie Dempsey and the gang here.
Yeah, it's fair. Charlie Dempsey does deserve this, and others, I guess. But Charlie Dempsey do good like in others. But that being said, yeah, and again, as somebody that's a fan of pure wrestling, who respects technical wrestling, male and female, such a rare gem in female wrestling. My God, Tony Storm, bravo.
No, it is. No.
Come stand, deliver. And it's champion. NXT Tag Team Champions. What?
Wait, what?
No mercy, no pity, no remorse. What? No way! No way! William Regal!
I called it.
I am so watching this back.
God bless this villain, Mr. Regal.
Mr. Regal, the gentleman's villain.
Mr. Regal, damn it.
Welcome
God, it's so
back.
good to see him back on my television. I have missed him.
Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame.
For the first time, truly in a long time, I actually care about an NXT segment. This just feels
Ladies
right.
and gentlemen, William Regal is in the ring with his son and the rest of the no quarter catch crew. Give me a fucking moment here.
I'm just going to be quiet and watch this.
Unfortunately, I can't hear it back until I watch it on TV later.
No, and having us be quiet, unfortunately, is going to make our audience go. So yeah, it's.
And of course, he talks about. All right, I'll
very happy if the Regal's back, and it's it's been a year, right? Since it's been a year he had to observe, yeah. I was going to say, yeah. All right, well then, yeah, he's free to go, baby.
He's the man who gave Ava the power.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
But he hasn't been seen since that day.
Well, he should be on out with his son having a hopefully prominent spot here. So,
his Heritage Cup will be on integrity. It deserves. I think it will be. Charlie
Dempsey stepping forward.
Damn, I'll defend this cup better than you ever could.
Shit.
B5 full phone. I'll be watching.
Think Regal still has it in him for one more match? Regal versus Dempsey, father versus son.
I think Regal just
the way they're looking at each other in the ring.
About to say he's not too old. I'm just saying this villain could still go, and he still has brass knucks, I bet, in that blazer.
Oh, no doubt.
And now we that made me so happy. And the rest of Metaphor.
Breathe. It's okay now. It's okay. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Noah?
Noah, it's okay. It's okay.
Noah, he doesn't have the cup anymore. And we all agreed on open mic night that the woman doing the talking right now, Lash Legend, deserves a mega push.
Yes.
So let's just calm down for a moment. You can tell us what she's saying.
Oh, or that's right.
This is okay. They're talking. They're just talking.
Nice, Noah.
Nice, good, Noah.
Good, Noah.
Noah.
No. Ground. No. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, God, get the cookies.
Okay.
Now we're backstage with Tony D as it is time for our main event.
Oof.
Tony D'Angelo, Carmelo Hayes, the winner, gets a shot at Ilya Dragunov at Stand and Deliver. And that'll be coming up next.
So I think with his first ever opportunity, Mel looking to go back to back.
All right. So since we have a commercial break and nobody can do the commercial, especially Noah, gentlemen, what is this?
Hold on, let me move
That's
my thing down so I can actually see.
Balance bricks.
Yes.
Okay.
The balanced break meal. Looks like there's 3 of them in a package. They're usually like cheese and fruit.
Yeah. Cracker sometimes, you know. Okay.
Yeah.
So I ordered we'll call it a fuck ton. We're over 2 hours in. And they came in 2 bags. Cost roughly $40. God bless you, Walmart. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yeah, Walmart.
Now, my issue is, and JJ, you've been a deliverer of food.
Yes.
Okay. Again, my eyes are shit. You're older than me. You wear glasses. No, you wear glasses. We can all agree the eyesight's maybe not so good, right?
Fair.
Right.
Does this look like raw chicken?
No.
Or a box of frozen waffles?
No.
Or a package of just not going to eat spicy pork patties?
No.
Or hash browns for that matter?
No.
Then why did Uncle Jeff receive those in his Walmart delivery? This is why we put labels and barcodes on things before we put them in people's cars, ladies and gentlemen. I don't mind having the free food because my family uses everything but the pork patties at the end of the day, right? Because we like spicy. Spicy doesn't like us. Put it that way.
That's fair.
And everything else, it's like, hey, I will gladly use shredded cheese. I got breakfast cups in here that could use a little bit of the sprinkle cheese. JJ and I love our cheese, so there you go.
A little bit of a garnish.
A little bit of a garnish in there. Get a little mix in there with the sausage and the egg whites. Absolutely.
Cheese makes me happy.
Cheese makes. If she doesn't make you happy, then either you're dairy intolerant, which I get, that's fucked up. Your life sucks, or you just don't like cheese and you're just strange and like you need to like go get your life in order or something. Anyway,
I blame my cheese obsession to a mouse named Monterey Jack.
Yes. It is.
From
So once again,
Rescue Rangers.
Once again, it all goes back to being the fault of Disney at the end of the day.
And specifically, Jim Cummings.
Well, yes. Dude, I am
Noah
pretty
looks
sure he's
perplexed. Do you not remember Chippendale Rescue Rangers and Monterey Jack?
I remember. I have not seen that show when I was once a wee lad. I remember that show, but I totally forgot that was a character.
Oh yeah,
he was one of the Rescue Rangers alongside Gadget, Chip, Dale, and Zipper. He would get a whiff of the cheese, and he just his mustache would turn into a twist. He'd be like,
"Oh, that's right, the redhead."
There it is.
The redhead one.
There it is. He got there. He got there.
He had a moment.
He did. He had to get there.
When you guys say some of that can relate to when I was once a wee lad, it takes me a moment, but I get it. I get it.
Shit makes my day. The point is, look. I have said this since pandemic started. I have said this, and I will continue to say it until it actually gets through to somebody higher up on the retail corporate chain of the world than I am. If y'all want this bump in minimum wage and you want to have this money you supposedly earn, how about you read and fucking earn it?
Yeah.
And on top of that,
there's a reason it's called minimum wage because the job requires minimum effort.
Yes. Now,
you're not going to get paid
an
obscene amount of money if you can't even do the job right.
Yes.
And McDonald's, don't even start with me. Y'all can't even have your ice cream machine working half the goddamn time.
No.
Can
I get a McFlurry? No, you may not.
Yeah.
That's not even ice cream. That's soft-serve liquid. What are you talking about?
No. The fast food minimum wage debate does not stop at the end of the Golden Arches, man. I have yet to have one experience at the KFC or local that hasn't been botched in some way. In other words, but yeah, as far as the driver delivery goes, these people are able to go out and earn a driver's license. And they're making these kind of mistakes. Thank you for the free food, but quit fucking up with your life. Anyway, enjoy Mello and Tony because this is going to be good.
Oh, yeah. As Von Wagner and Mr. Stone appear to be having conversation inside of Mr. Stone's house, I'm assuming. Von Wagner, now Uncle Von to Stone's kids.
What?
Yeah, ever since, these guys have been getting closer and closer, ever since Von Wagner exposed the significance of the scar on their head and let Mr. Stone into his world closer. They've become like best friends, to where Von Wagner has become Uncle Von to the kids.
Well,
as we go back and take one more look at Roxanne Perez just dismantling Lyra Valkyria, and
with
the
a
sheer
sinister
look
demeanor.
of joy and euphoria on her face.
Again, it feels like it was revenge for the fact that she is not the focal point of NXT and she's not the one holding the championship. But what the hell is Sean ever going to do about this?
There's only one thing to do, I think. It looks like next week, though, we're going to have Ridge Holland one-on-one with the Perfect 10, Sean Spears.
See if Rage is Ridge Holland's greatest weakness or greatest asset, worst enemy or best friend. So says the chairman.
Also next week, Obafemi defends his North American Championship against Brooks Jensen. Brooks Jensen looking to redefine his career as a single superstar.
And Josh Briggs told him good luck. Simply put, he's going to need it against this threat. Good grief almighty.
Hey, Jeff's been saying it since day one. That Obafemi's a bad motherfucker.
And he's not wrong. All right, as we get ready tonight for our main event here at NXT Roadblock, we have reached the toe booth, but only one person's going through the gate to stand deliver, where the NXT Championship awaits them. And here comes the Don looking for his first chance ever. Tony D'Angelo. The red lighting is new. They have a subpar red lighting, not completely blinding. The Don of NXT, Tony D'Angelo, looking to take care of business and punch his ticket towards the main event of Stand and Deliver. Again, JJ, you talked about earlier, the family has had a stranglehold on the NXT Tag Team Championships for quite a period of time. We also saw the underboss, Cannon Stacks Lorenzo, really step up to the plate over this past year. Now the Don looks to lead by example as the family continues to expand their strength, their power, their stranglehold. But if they want all the power, and if the family truly wants to run the brand, they have to have the NXT Championship. Oh, but his opponent damn sure knows what that means, because often not, he does not miss. With special ordered security detail tonight that he says will do anything for him to make sure that he wins tonight. Looking to go back-to-back and Stand Deliver, JJ, to become a two-time NXT champion. He is him. He is Carmelo Hayes. Oh, boy.
Melo just sauntering over to the ring.
I was about to say, I just see
no
you
hurry.
Yeah, I just see you taking it in because I just see your expression. JJ, I got to ask you, though. He's got the credentials. He's got, the resume to back up. But I still don't think that demands him to call himself the next challenger for the NXT Championship, especially after what he did to Trick Williams. I mean, what has he earned? What has he showed since Vengeance Day where he deserves to challenge Andrade once again for the title?
He's just shown this arrogance that we haven't seen from him in a very long time. He hasn't really done anything of note. He's done nothing to prove himself.
Whoa, jeez.
The bell rings and we go straight to the action.
Carmelo
with this cheap attack to the Don.
Well, I mean, that's
Step
been his
up into
MO.
Guri.
It's been his MO, though, since adopting this new attitude with freaking Casanova. After whooping Trick at Vengeance Day, after Trick gave Ilya Dragunov the fight of his life during his NXT Championship run so far. And, of course,
but to Melo's point, and one of his points of contention is it really a new attitude?
Oh!
Has Melo truly changed, or have we, the fans, changed because of the rise of Trick Williams?
But I mean, again, you could be, today's flavor of the day, and then you could literally be tomorrow's afterthought. So, again, blaming the fans, though, for where you are, at the end of the day, look in the mirror and take responsibility where it's due. He's the one that lost to Ilya Dragunov. He's the one that didn't make it to the Iron Survivor Challenge. he's the one that didn't get the job done at the end of the day. And why Trick Williams' star was on the rise and he came that close, and Trick nearly got it done. Again, what was the excuse? What was the point? Because you weren't in the spot cover, you can't let somebody else that was as close to you like a brother try and achieve great things as you, if not greater? At some point, you got to realize that you're not the only one that wants to be the champion.
That's fair, but when you're in a tandem like that, to Melo's point, why couldn't Trick just be happy playing the sidekick, playing the North American champion, to Melo being the world champion? That seems to not be good enough for Trick. I'm not saying that Melo is right or wrong in his thought process, but if you guys are that tight, why not just be world and North American champion together and say that you run NXT?
Sometimes, you get tired of being second. Whoa! Nice suplex by Tony D'Angelo. Just flies in with that forearm. Tony D'Angelo and Carmelo Hayes have only met each other one other time. It was back in 2022 when Carmelo Hayes was NXT North American champion. And Tony D'Angelo challenged for that title. Tony lost as Carmelo flies and is caught by his special security detail. Little safety net for Carmelo Hayes. Tony D'Angelo very wise to stay on the inside of the ring. What's going for the mind of Carmelo Hayes is, again, Carmelo Hayes knows that right now this is his chance to get back to stand and deliver as we go to picture-in-picture, again, because TV is fucking awful. And again, Tony D'Angelo, JJ's never been to that dance, never had a chance. And he's definitely earned and worked his way through NXT to try and earn this opportunity. It's not like he was given it, he simply asked for it. And I figure that Dragon Up respects that because there's a lot of relatable elements you can look at when it comes to Tony D'Angelo and either Dragon when it comes to their work ethic.
Yeah, Tony D'Angelo, very much the common man of NXT. He may call himself the Don. He may be mafia affiliated, but very much a working man, much like the American dream, Dusty Rhodes, baby.
It went for hot times quite a bit. Wine and dine with kings and queens after starting off sitting and Ozzy and pork and beans.
So, there's that whole connection for D'Angelo. He's very relatable on that level. He's a working man. He's a common man. Whereas Carmelo Hayes is an gifted athlete, but not everybody can relate to that. Jumping arm breaker from Melo to D'Angelo there.
Yeah, Carmelo Hayes feels entitled, feels privileged, and it's gone to his damn head. And again, to your point, working that left arm right now, just wrenching it down to the mat. That looked ugly. The last time Carmelo Hayes faced the Dragon Up, of course, was last year at Halloween Havoc. And again, didn't get the job done. That's on him. Cover by Hayes, gets a 2 count on D'Angelo. And again, we saw the potential in Trick. We saw the rise of Trick Williams. Trick Williams had a comeback greater than LeBron James. Bite me if you think otherwise. At NXT Deadline last year, clearing the field in less than 3 minutes. That speaks to the drive, the work ethic that Trick Williams literally encouraged us to invest in and believe, unlike what him's been doing lately. And Carmelo Hayes couldn't stand it anymore after Vengeance. Even after Trick Williams lost, he added literal insult to injury, attacking the man post-match.
And we haven't seen Trick ever since.
Yeah, we talked about Roadblock for Lyra earlier. Trick Williams had a Roadblock at Vengeance Day to the point, like we said, we have no update. We have not seen him at all. And again, this is our main event here where the winner will face Ilya Dragunov at Stand and Deliver. And again, folks, welcome back to our coverage of NXT Roadblock. Tony D'Angelo and Carmelo Hayes 2. And again, to your point, beautiful work on the left arm, excuse me, as he's got him right now in a key lock of sorts. And again, you see that special security. Is it me or do one of those guards look a little bit out of place? Anyway, Carmelo Hayes right now working
It's
the
not
left arm.
just you. Wesley thought that one of the guards may end up being Trick also, but I'm looking at the heights of some of them,
Yeah.
and they're not looking like they're tall enough to be Trick.
No, but they also don't look. It just feels like this mesh doesn't fit, if you know what I mean. You know.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Speaking
And
of
again,
next
next week it's been made official. Gigi
There it
Dolan
is.
and Ariana Grace. So we
Yeah.
got some women's action. Should be fast and fierce.
Yeah, again, Gigi was looking for a fight. Well, she got one against pageant queen. I'm pretty sure she's going to screw up more than her makeup. Meanwhile, though, here tonight on our main event Roadblock, it's Camille Hayes and Andrew Williams teeing off at D'Angelo. Big right, dropped Hayes. And again, as D'Angelo looks to pick up speed and momentum here, the Irish whip, the armbar countered by Camille Hayes. And again, D'Angelo not only fighting for himself, he's fighting for the family. Big belly toss.
And another one by Tony D.
Hey, forget about it. Big spine buster, plants it. Driving the air out of Camille Hayes, Tony D'Angelo right now. Might be looking to tell Hayes, forget about it. Let her high impact move here, cover a hook of the leg, and a near fall for Tony D'Angelo. Hayes able to kick out though. Again, I will say this about Camille Hayes. He is a guy that could make history. He could go back to back to stand delivered to the main event to become the NXT champion. It was last year at Stand Delivered that Camille Hayes won the title against Braun Breaker, the first time in his illustrious career. And he held that title for 182 days. Ilya Dragunov's been champion now for 158 days. Ilya has a chance, though, right now to become longer reigning than Camille Hayes. Oof.
Mello with those elbow shots to the back of the head and neck of Tony D, hooking him up for a suplex.
Oh! That was more of a cutter of sorts. Cover two, no. And you see the way that Tony D'Angelo is breathing heavily, by the way. So, again, definitely exhaustion and fatigue. Armbar, exclamation point.
You're right. That was more of a cutter, but it did look like he was hooking him for a suplex. Maybe a little ad-lib there by him.
Yeah, a little bit of impromptu offense here. Again, this is our main event, NXT Roadblock. This is the last roadblock for these two men. One of these two men will stand and deliver against Ilya Dragunov for the NXT Championship. Tony D'Angelo looking to go to that dance for the first time. And a roll up by Angelo. Gets a 2 count on Hayes. While Hayes looking to go back to back. After already trying to call himself already the uncrowned champion and already number one contender. Oh, man!
Ooh. That looked nasty.
Yeah, he ripped him off Margaret, but planted though. High stack. Hook a leg. 2 count. Ugh, that was a bad landing on Hayes, though. I'm not sure necessarily that went the way Tony D'Angelo wanted.
No, even if Carmelo is okay, you got to be careful of a little bit of whiplash off of that landing.
Mm-hmm. And right now, Hayes on the apron, taking advantage of Tony D'Angelo coming in once again, working that left arm.
Code breaker.
Verse 48. Is it the final verse on Tony's chance? And a near fall. Credit where credit's due. Tony D'Angelo is showing great resilience here and what could be the biggest opportunity for the family yet as the main event of Stand and Deliver looms. Uh-oh. Camille Hayes, though, might be looking.
He's going to the top.
I think he's looking for that buzzer beater. He's looking to go ball and looking to score. Wait a minute! Hold on!
That's going out. It's time to whoop that Trick.
Wait a minute. Where is he? Where is he? Is he here? Where is he? The Hayes right now is completely distracted, taken away by this. D'Angelo, though. Oh, wait, go scout him. Man. Just planted him down high elevation. Not the winner, Hayes. Has opened the door to hit him. Forget about it! Tony D'Angelo's going to stand and deliver!
The distraction off the music of Trick Williams was all it took. Forget about it. Tony D is your number one contender to the Mad Dragon, Ilya Dragunov.
Hey, how about it? Tony D'Angelo is going to stand and deliver to challenge Ilya Dragunov for the NXT Championship. Congrats to the Thorn of NXT. But let's go ahead and look down at the stretch what caused this, JJ. As he was looking to go nothing but net, we thought we were going to whoop that trick, and I thought you were going to freestyle again, because I'm not doing that till stand deliver. But again, the distraction, I was waiting to see where he was going to come out from. But clearly, Trick Williams is still heavily in the head of Camille Hayes and allowed Tony Angelo to take advantage.
Yep.
Boom!
Spinebuster.
A single-hand spinebuster, might I add. And then you think that Camille Hayes was going to make a comeback? I got one thing to say to you as he hooked him up. Forget about it. Cover off that move. Tony Angelo with the win. What? He did that? He's a given, Don. Camilo. He's got Camilo present. What did he get him? No way. No way.
Music
Where
hits
is he?
again.
No way. There he is! Trick Williams! Trick Williams is back! Whoop that mellow Trick! It's Trick! Trick Williams is back in NXT! And he's taking out the special security! Whoa, man!
SOS.
Well, Camilo Hayes looking for a cheap shot in Hayes right now, running like a scolded dog. Trick Mello game maybe no more, but Trick Williams is back, and he still needs to sell a score. Again, Trick Williams is no longer Camilo Hayes' boy. But no doubt these two right now are on a collision course to stand deliver as we have finally got through the last roadblock. For the Renegade Wrestling, JJ Williams, I'm Seminole Foster. We're about to whoop that Trick at stand deliver. But for now, we'll see you next time here at the JMN Multiverse of Media.
There you go. All right. Shall we do the plugs quick and dirty here and get off the air, kids?
Sounds
good to me.
I agree wholeheartedly. Well, first of all, let me go ahead and give a little love. Noah, just for your edification, you can find both the Chippendales TV series and the movie on Disney Plus. So check that out at your leisure. I had to do it. I
know. I know. I kind of probably knew that was coming from me, so it's all right.
Shit. So, a couple other friend plugs real quick here, because this one is actually already out of date because they've got even more donations collected. But if you would like to be part of funding the Indiegogo for The Last Nightmare Part 1 from our buddy Devins and Bad Productions, they're now at 96%. They're like a couple $100 away. They're going to get this thing fully funded in pre-production. I'm so happy for these guys. Nice. But if you want to do as I do, there's the QR code for that. So check that out over at Indiegogo. Of course, the next time we will be live here on a watch along will be for TNA Wrestling and Sacrifice.
Yes.
But, and that's a big but, immediately prior to that, as a matter of fact, JJ and I will be live with the dads, not always on wrestling, talking about Sting for the final time, at least for now, as we go over his greatest matches. And JJ, I found it interesting that Sting himself said his match with Darby against the Bucks last weekend was one of his best matches, in his own words.
Yeah, he said top 3 of all time at the media scrum.
I mean, you consider, the presentation, the drama, the execution of the send-off, and what got us to that point, and what happened in the end. It's hard to argue.
And I just want to say real quick, I see what JJ's loaded in the queue there, so I definitely want to throw this up.
What?
Since Jeff wasn't able to see it live.
Oh, I mean, I'll watch it in an hour, like whatever, but that's too fucking cool.
This is a moment we may never see again. But my God, if I could call William Regal and Charlie Dempsey, please,
dude. I love how the two of them are like just typical Regal stone face. Fucking Drew's got a shit-eating grin behind him. You love to see that.
Blame Drew. You know how much Drew Gulak was freaking influenced by Lord William Regal, Steven Regal, what the hell you want to call him?
I'd be doing the same exact thing. Are you ribbing? Give me a break.
Come on.
So yeah, that of course with watch-alongs are coming up, as I said. We've also got next Wednesday the return of the Greg Cherry Show. We're very excited to bring Greg Cherry, Matty Laws, and company back to the airwaves. Immediately following that, we're going to try to get off the air at quarter till. God help us.
Good luck with that.
AEW Big Business in Boston with 2 S's.
Boston.
So, are we in fact going to see it become boss time on the 13th in AEW?
Or is it a red herring? Seriously.
Right? If this is a red herring, Tony's going to have some serious shit to answer for. I'm just going to throw that out there. It's going to be ugly.
That's fair.
Other than that, let's see. Let's go ahead and throw this one up there just because I want to make sure, because I'm going to be there during Sacrifice. So I appreciate, again, JJ agreeing to do the thing for me here in this room, because I will be in Santa Monica at Harvell's with our buddies, the LA Dolls. I'm trying to upgrade the presentation again, right? Always looking for the next angle. They enjoy singing pretty much anything and pretty much anything. So there may be a Jeff Mitchell Network house band before too long. Just throwing that out there. So looking forward to that on Friday. Just so much great content coming up. We've got the watch-alongs. We've got the return for the Love of Wrestling this morning with JJ covering last night's Monday Night Raw. Very cool to see JJ back doing his thing. I love the choice of image with Michael Horn wearing the antlers. That was my favorite thing all the day so far. I'm not going to lie. That was funnier than fuck.
In my life, that just made me believe Michael Cole has a personality. What the fuck?
Well, no, I forget who we were talking about this with. It may have been during our open mic night push bench repackage thing about Sarah Logan, and the fact that her biggest thing right now is Michael Cole popping about the antlers, and sure as fuck, he comes the next night. Whoop, there you go. So
I can't unsee that. That was weird.
It was so funny though. So we got JJ back doing his thing during the week. We've got watch-alongs this weekend again, and just so much good stuff.
Yeah,
we are. There it goes, Jesus.
Will be Thursday, immediately following TNA at 10:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Thursday night for Sacrifice. So stay tuned for that. It'll be me and JJ. Might just simply be me and JJ. Who knows? You never know.
If it's a Thursday night at 6:15 or 10:15. 17. Okay, yeah, I'll be a group. Okay, I was going to say I'll be there, but if it's Thursday, I can't.
Yeah, I do know that Christopher Roth said to put him down for it, so
there you go.
We're going to have at least 3 in the room.
Yeah,
the usual suspects.
The usual suspects.
But yes, we want to thank everybody who tuned in tonight. It was a little bit of a low turnout, but it was kind of a crazy day, social media wise, and the metaverse broke, so everybody was all thrown into a tizzy.
That's fair. Make sure you guys tune in. I'm going to say between 10:30 Pacific, 1:30 a.m. Eastern for Datila's live recap of its wrestling time tonight. Her first TV special.
There you go. That's the
that she's got to do for NXT since hitting the 1,000 mark that we did. Hey. Shout out to the No DQ Galaxy for helping us get there.
Respect.
Yes. So we will see Datila to recap this, recover, stand and deliver. Recover. She'll have to recover after that long weekend.
She probably does
recap, stand and deliver. And then
I will be on there with her, helping to carry her through the thing.
Carry her back.
And hey, you know what though? You can go right now to paypal.me/renegade JJ Williams and support him getting a back brace as well as support him getting to Vegas for Rebellion and TNA Impact. So click that QR code.
If I don't make enough to get to Rebellion, I may have to go and order that back brace.
I was gonna say, but that's okay. Either way, we will get everybody collecting. So thank you again for everybody involved tonight. Again, I kind of figured it'd be a little bit of a turnout on a Tuesday, but you know what? It is the last special stop before the last premium stop on the road to WrestleMania, because you can't. The road to Philadelphia forces one to stand and deliver first. So we will see that in just under 37 days
tomorrow.
Yeah, it'll be a month tomorrow. That's crazy. Golly. We're on that final stretch, and once we get past Wednesday, there's nothing between us and WrestleMania weekend but imagination, guys.
And scheduling, because we think we're going to die this year. We're going to go crazy during that week.
No, again, we
did last year. We'll do it again this year. We got Supercard of Honor. We've got the Hall of Fame. Stand and Deliver, 2 nights of WrestleMania, the Raw after Mania, and that's assuming that there's no Multiverse United.
Yes.
That there's no AEW Special Dynamite.
Yeah.
There could be, we could literally be doing an entire week of broadcasts from the Raw Go Home to Mania to the Raw After Mania.
And of course,
between
panels,
watch-alongs, predictions,
yes,
the whole nine. Hopefully, we'll get the Women of WrestleMania to do a panel again.
That was fun.
You know, I don't know the status of your boy, but maybe we can get the kids of the multiverse.
There you go.
Unique first.
He's definitely not watching a whole lot, but we'll definitely work on.
I work with teens every week at church, so I mean, you know.
Excuse me.
If not, then maybe we can get Natalie onto the Women of the Multiverse panel. And,
no, she definitely deserves to be part of that. At this point, she's literally part of the Women of the Multiverse.
She's one of us. One of us.
I respect her, even though if I rattle her.
But but the next time you will see us live, other than the daily morning recaps of JJ on For Love of Wrestling, will be Friday night, Friday afternoon, I should say. I'm gonna guess we're gonna this coming Friday. I'm gonna guess we're gonna go live probably about 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. That we give ourselves a good 2-hour lead into Sacrifice. But Sting's greatest matches as part of the Dads Not Always on Wrestling shows only this month. So yes, keep your mind on that.
That's the usual MO for WrestleMania month.
Yes, just talking to the potential new people at home, because we've had a big influx of people. So
that's fair.
So. Tomorrow's For the Love of Wrestling will be NXT only. I have not been able to watch Explosion or Power yet. Okay. And with needing to rewatch NXT at the top of the hour so I can take my notes and do my diligent work, I don't see any opportunity for me to get both shows in before then.
But at the end of the day, and I'll let Noah sign us off here. Whether it's recaps, whether it's note taking, whether it's watch alongs or predictions, what are we all here for the love of, Noah?
At the end of the day, we are all simply here for the love of professional wrestling, damn it, and sports entertainment.
And my NXT, damn it.
That's sports entertainment.
Yeah. And in either case, it is as simple as that, folks. Have a good night. Or maybe I had it queued up before I did that.
The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.